Hey everybody, welcome
Hey,
to
what's
the
going on,
4K
guys?
Lowdowns Top 10 Tuesday. I am David. That's Rich,
Rich.
aka Turner fan. Um, we were talking about how it was this week. How was your week? How was your day today?
It was better than yesterday. No migraine, but yeah, it was fun. Went swimming with the kids. Had a blast
Yeah,
as always.
we got Dell already on.
Hey, Dell, what's up, movie hunter?
Uh, Movie
Thanks for
Hunters
joining.
on. Thanks for jumping on, you guys.
Ready
My
for a fun night?
granddaughter's my granddaughter's ready.
Hey, before we get started, man, what you drinking tonight?
I got iced tea tonight.
Got iced tea.
Yep.
I'm rocking some of this. Oh shit, I'm still trying to figure out this camera thing. If I could spin it right there. I love this
Oh
drink,
right,
man.
sparkling ice. Yeah.
Yeah, I love this drink. I always like to know what people are drinking. It's a weird thing.
Yeah. When I did the high five with Adam, we both did beer. We were like, all right, we're gonna do beer. So
That's
so
funny.
he got some West Coast IPA that he had left. So something from California, and then I had a Modelo, and so we were just drinking and talking. It was a great episode. I really enjoyed
I need to
that.
go back and watch it, man.
And then our live last night was cool.
It was until we
We
lost him.
yeah
He
we
messaged
lost
me.
we lost Adam. He lost his internet and um so but yeah he wanted to come back on, but I don't think it came on fast enough for him to.
Mm.
I talked to him a little bit, and I know he talked to you too. So Um, but no, maybe we'll get him on next week, and
Yeah,
we got to think of our topic next week for our Instagram show.
yeah, that was fun, man. I like that.
I enjoy that, and yeah, it's
Made me
kind
thankful
of
too.
it's random. Yeah, we had a real good discussion on disaster movies. I liked where we went with that,
Hmm.
and then we went where the chat took us and answered questions and talked about movies that we had and recommendations for stuff, and it was cool. I like the group that we get. We sometimes get up to 10 or 12 people on live,
Yeah,
and I think that's my favorite part. When I go on other people's lives, there's not a lot of engagement with the chat, and it might be you know I don't know if it's just me or the ones that I go on, but when I go on, I don't get a whole lot of. There's not a whole lot of chat activity. And yeah, Dell likes
I
the
don't.
Modelo. There we go.
I'm not a
Um,
beer drinker. I'm not a drinker. I used to
I'm
be
not
when I was
really a
younger.
drinker either, but when I do my paranormal show, which I think we're going to resume this Saturday.
Oh, awesome.
Um, yeah, we got our break for summer, and I think we're going to start up this Saturday. Maybe next Saturday. I've still got to talk with my co-host, but that's Spirits with Spirits. So it's kind of a requirement to drink and talk about paranormal. So we always have some kind of beer or seltzer or something. Sometimes we do shots, especially if we get like intelligent responses from things. Like because we usually have paranormal equipment going on during the show, and when we get intelligent responses to our questions, then sometimes we have to do a shot or do something a little bit harder than beer. So it ends up being really interesting by the time we get to the end of the show. Um, all right, so this week we're going to do our top 10 dramas, and I got to say that was I don't know, it was hard.
Was.
Um, it was hard, number one, to come up with five movies that we both have seen
Hmm.
each, and number two, to the ones that we didn't see, to watch them.
Yeah.
And I think aside from the fact that I think we liked each other's movies,
Yeah.
but not to the level that each other does. And
Right.
that's going to be interesting when we score it. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see, aside from Jojo Rabbit we've already scored,
And we both loved it.
and we both loved it. I think that might be our highest score because I gave it an 87, you gave it an 89 when we did your high five,
Yeah.
and I don't think that score is going to change.
I don't think so.
So we balance out to an 88.
Yeah.
So I have Jojo Rabbit at an 88, and I don't know. I mean, even though these are all really good movies, I don't know if we're going to hit that mark
No, I don't.
with
I
any of these
honestly,
other
I don't
ones.
think so.
I don't
Maybe
think so either.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jojo Rabbit. And yeah,
Fantastic
this was
movie.
this is my favorite recommendation from you. It was the first one you gave me. Man, I love this movie.
I'm glad you really liked it.
I really did. And the other ones you gave me, I like too. It's interesting though. It's subject matter. Am I interested in the subject matter?
Mm-hmm.
And then did did the story rock me? I want the story to be really good, so it's got to have a good script.
Yep.
And the acting's got to be really good because it's not going to have practical effects or CGI or a lot of stuff that can take away from that. So if you don't have a good script, you can balance it out. Now, there's one or two movies here that might, um, but yeah, I thought it was really interesting,
There's a
us putting this
wide array
together.
of picks. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, a real diverse selection.
Yeah.
And but yeah, we with our first five, we even had to scrub one because we weren't going to be able to watch
Yeah.
it. Um, yeah, and
I agree, Del.
yeah, I agree,
100%
Dell.
agree.
We were tossing that around because I what I labeled it as is a satire drama, so that gives it comedic elements, and then
Yeah.
we got a little bit of a war element in there as well because it's focusing on World War II. So that's where we did the categories or the aspects that we looked for. So it was part drama, part comedy, part war, and that made it a little bit unique as opposed to most of these other ones. So we did your movie first. Let's do one of my movies, and let's go ahead
Yeah.
and go. Let's go ahead and go with a recent one, and let's do The Martian.
Fantastic movie, man.
So I love this movie, and this one could, might be able to pass as a sci-fi movie, but I think it's a little bit too close to present day
Yeah, and it's
because
grounded, isn't it?
it's grounded. We're almost to this point where we're going to be able to
Yeah.
travel to Mars. So this actually has very real world effects right
Yeah.
now, very real world
I consider that
references.
a drama
Yeah, but I consider
more
it
than
a
any
drama,
sci-fi.
and the type of movies I call it a space drama. So it's centered around
Yeah.
space. So there's going to be some space elements that we're going to score as well. Um, but let's start with the cast. I mean, the cast in this movie,
Yeah.
it's an absolute 10 for me.
Yeah. I would agree
Um,
with you on that.
because I mean, of course, you got Matt Damon, you got Jessica Chastain, you got Donald Glover, Bill Pullman, or not Bill Pullman, the other guy, Jeff Daniels. I always get those two mixed up. Um,
And then
Sean Bean. Um, yeah, I'm
Emma
already at
Watson,
five,
can
and
yeah.
there's so many more people.
Mm-hmm. As a 10,
Eddie
fantastic.
Pena. Eddie Pena's
Mm-hmm.
in it. He does like just about everything. Um,
Yeah. He's underrated,
um,
I think.
oh, he's a great actor. He can do just about any
Mm-hmm.
part. He's kind of like a Swiss Army knife as far as
I
as far
agree.
as acting
That's a good way
goes.
to label him.
Yeah, him and Stanley Tucci are kind of like right there for me,
Mm-hmm.
to where they can do just about any type of role. You want him to do something silly comedy, then yeah, put him in Ant Man. If you want him to do some kind of a serious action movie, put him in Shooter.
Oh, I forgot he
Yada
was in
yada
that.
yada. Yeah, Eddie Pena, everything. And then he did Cesar Chavez, which we were talking about. That was going to be
Mm-hmm.
one of yours, and I definitely want to give it an honorable mention. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but
Oh, you definitely watch it.
when I saw he was the main guy, I'm gonna check it out eventually.
Yeah. I think this one I'm going with. Talking about Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah, I don't think The Martian won a Golden Globe for comedy,
Yeah, he was probably
um,
talking Jojo.
but yeah, Movie Hunter. I think you're exactly right. Most
Mm-hmm.
realistic space movie out there. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, I liked Gravity and I liked some of the other ones, but The Martian really hit me as something that this could actually happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just really impressed
And the
with it.
4K transfer on that disc is fantastic.
Oh, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's crisp. The picture
It
is
is.
just one of the best picture transfers
It's
that
really
I've
good.
seen in a 4K. I was hoping for a little bit more with the sound, but the sound was still good.
Yeah.
All right, so cast is a 10. So
Yep.
what do you think of the acting for it?
To me, Matt Damon puts this movie on his shoulders and he runs with it.
Yeah,
And to me, it's a 10
yeah,
because he's just fantastic.
Yeah, I was at a 10 too for this because I mean, just epic. Just the way he was,
Mm-hmm.
when he lost all the weight and he was going through all that stuff, kind of going a little loopy. Um, um, and then I liked Donald Glover. I liked what he did. It was
Mm-hmm.
really he was just kind of a goofball, like super nerd guy, and I liked how he behaved to where he was like, yeah, you guys are all my bosses, but I'm smarter than all of you. so so you better listen to what I'm telling you. Um, Sean Bean, I like he's pretty neutral. I like just about everything he
Yeah.
does.
Just the whole
Um,
cast. They all
the
did
whole cast was
justice.
just
Yeah.
brilliant. Oh, Kristen Wiig,
Oh, I forgot she's in that. Yeah.
yeah, she was amazing.
And I'm not a fan
Um,
of hers, and she did
I'm not a
fantastic
fan of
job.
hers either. I don't like her comedy,
Either do I.
but she did a really good job in this. Benedict Wong, he was the guy that
Mm-hmm.
like said all the stuff that was supposed to come off the ship, and I liked him in that too. I mean, it's
Yeah.
yeah, I'm totally down with a 10 for that.
Good.
All
Most
right,
definitely.
all right. So let's go with the plot. At the box. Okay, where is it? I don't want to say. When an American astronaut is left behind during a mission to Mars, he must find a way to survive on the barren planet until a team of scientists can devise a rescue plan to bring him home.
I'd watch it. That would just on that. It, it kind of lessens the movie actually just by going
Yeah,
by that.
and it's a little lower. I mean, but this is the 4K transfer. I mean, maybe the regular has more, but this one it says a whole bunch of stuff like extended cut nominated for 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Actor. Directed by Ridley Scott, yakety smackety. So that was the only thing about the plot was just that little bit at the end. Um, but I think I would still give it an 8. I'd still watch it.
I would, yeah. I was gonna say 7 for me
Okay.
because it's very. I mean, wow, it interests me. It's very boring. A very boring description.
Yeah. But boy, when you watch it, whew,
Yeah, it's yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean that really doesn't do it justice, but I'd still watch it. Um, Damon won the Golden Globe for Best Performance in a Comedy or Musical for this movie.
You
That's
did?
interesting. I don't.
Man, I didn't know that. You taught us something,
I'm
Dell.
not surprised he won a Golden Globe, but I didn't consider this a comedy. I mean, there were some funny parts to it, but
Yeah, I
I
didn't know
guess
that.
maybe. But okay, the ending.
I liked it.
Yeah, would you give it a 10, or would
I would
you?
go. I wouldn't give it a 10. I think I would go like. I want to say a 9. I'm gonna go with my first gun, a 9.
Okay,
Yeah, a 9.
okay, yeah, I'm down for a 9. And then the story.
The story, I think, is fantastic.
I love the story. I,
Yeah,
I've got to say I'm at a 10 for the story.
I 100%. The journey to get to that ending
Hmm.
was better than the ending,
Yeah, the
in
journey
my
was
opinion.
way better than the destination. I mean,
Hmm.
I love the whole Iron Man thing and them hooking up, and then when it all came true, and then I like that little bit at the end where he's sitting there on the bench and he sees the plant. He says hello to the plant that's sticking up, kind of like
Yeah.
what he did with the potatoes, and then he does that class at the end,
Yeah.
and he talks about what happened. I liked that, but it really kind of went. We were up here
Hmm.
with the journey culminating with that Iron Man thing and them getting strapped up. I think they could have realistically ended at that point, but I did like the extra stuff after it. It just kind of
Yeah.
it flattened it just a little bit.
Who directed this? Remind me.
Ridley Scott.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, okay. So as it's a drama, we have three aspects that we look for in a drama. One is the interest in the subject matter. The second is the script, and the third is the cinematography. So as far as the interest in this, the whole space thing and Mars and all that, what would be your interest in the subject matter for this movie?
I'm saying 9.
Okay, yeah, I'm down for that. Um, and then I mean, I got to give this script a 10.
I'd
I
be
think it was just
okay with
brilliantly
that.
written.
It
Um,
was.
especially we gave the acting and the story a 10, and that's usually
Hmm.
my marker for how good the script is going to be based on the acting and the story. So you're down for that too, right?
Oh yeah,
I, I,
hands down
I
10.
I
Yeah.
think you said that. And then the last thing is the cinematography. I know there's a lot of CGI with what they did, but the cinematography and the way they did the filming, what'd you think of that? As
I
far as
liked it.
yeah, I don't know if I'd give it a 10, but
No, no.
I'm and
I
I'm
would. I'm gonna say
I
a 7.
yeah I was gonna go 8 because I was like I'm hard pressed to give it a 9 even,
Yeah.
but
For me, it's a 7.
okay, so we're at 7.5.
Because honestly, here's the thing with
Yeah.
this movie. I think they could have shot it in one room, and I would still liked it just for the performances that were given.
Hmm.
For me,
Yeah.
so I'm 7 for me.
All right, that's fine. Um, and then for space, first of all, we talk about the fact that they were in space and the references to when they were in space, like when they, when they created that vacuum, they blew that portal out so they could
Hmm.
slow themselves down, and the stuff of them flying through the space and how long it takes, and so just the space aspects of the movie. What did you think about those
I
on a
really
scale of one?
dug it. It was to me believable.
It
You know
was
what I mean?
believable to me. Yeah, it
It
was.
didn't
It was.
seem outlandish.
It didn't seem Star Trek-ish at all,
No,
or Star Wars. It wasn't like it didn't seem fictional. It seemed very, yeah,
grounded.
like it. Yeah, like that should be what it's like.
Who knows? We
And
could all be wrong, right? Both be wrong.
yeah,
So why?
we could be totally off base, and we could go out there and it'd be like breathing cotton candy. But I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go for
um,
8 on this.
yeah, and I think I'm gonna go 9. So that'll put us at an 8.5. And then with the space theme, I like it to be a little bit more of a thriller, so I like some intensity.
Hmm.
So I threw intensity in there. So
Okay.
what do you think of the intensity of the film? And
There was
that's
some in there. It wasn't a lot.
there was some good stuff like when he lost all the potatoes and everything kind of blew
Yes.
out, and there
Oh,
was
yeah.
like some
Yeah.
real intensity about how he was going to survive after that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, my daughter says the guy who wrote the book did a lot of research for it. Yeah, he sure did.
You could tell.
Um, yeah, you can tell that a lot of research was done. And then at the end with the whole Iron Man thing and trying to get caught and all that, I did like that. And then there was another intense scene in the beginning when everything first started happening, when they were going
Yes.
through the
That was pretty
sandstorm,
cool.
and then he gets knocked off and they take off thinking that he's dead, and he wakes up and tries to I like the intensity there. So
And something that was tense for me, maybe not for you,
yeah.
is when he's fixing himself after he wakes up.
Well, yeah, with the staple
Yeah.
and he pulls the
I was
thing
like,
out. Oh
oh,
yeah,
man.
I was like, and he doesn't know what's going on. He's
Yeah.
just okay. I've got a hole in me. I've got to
Hmm.
fix, and then I can assess what's going on and figure out what I'm gonna do. I even got a little bit of intensity when he was trying to figure out how he was going to survive.
Yeah. Even with
For
communicating,
yeah,
to when
yeah,
he's
just
trying
getting
to
trying to figure
with
out
the
how to
cameras.
communicate and get that
Yeah.
thing. Um, so I'm going to throw an 8 at it. I think
I
it
would
was
go
good
8.
intensity.
Yeah, because some of the stuff I forgot about, and I was like, I was gonna give it a 7, but when you
Yeah,
pointed out, I was like, yeah, you got that, and you got that. Yeah, it's an 8.
cool. All right.
This movie's good. You guys don't have it on 4K? Pick it up. You can find it probably for under $20. I would assume by now.
Yeah, I think I got this for 18.
I got mine at I think I got mine for 6 at F Price Books. It didn't come with a slip, but I was okay with that for $6. Yeah, no. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Matt Damon
that's
was the rock star in this one.
yeah. Oh man, he totally killed it. It was amazing. My granddaughter is trying to climb
I
up
thought
in
I
my
was
chair.
actually, I thought I saw something.
This little redhead climbing up here. No, you're ready for bed. You can't do that. No, you can't climb up here this time. Go over there. Go with mama.
I had to put my son to bed early. He was grouchy tonight. Oh, yes.
Yeah, she's been grouchy today too, but she took a late nap and she seems to be feeling better now. But yeah, she went down too late for her nap and she got a little grumpy in the afternoon. Um, okay, not bad. That was good score. All right, your turn. Bring up any one of yours. Which one do you want to go with?
Let's go whip it.
Nice, whip it good.
This movie's fantastic.
I know. I want the Blu-ray of this. I
You know,
oh,
when
thank
I
you.
ordered it, I kept seeing pictures with the pink case.
Hmm.
I wanted it in the pink case, but
Hmm.
I got the regular blue.
Yeah. No, I just have the DVD, but and judging by how this looks, I got this at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
If you see the bottom, the tag
Mm-hmm.
on the bottom, I got this at
Yeah.
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
So, all right, whip it. Let's talk about the cast. I mean,
I
this has
see
got a good
one,
cast too. I
two,
mean, and
three. I'm at a 10.
again, yeah, you got well, it's Elliot Page now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Um, but Marcia Gay Harden, Kristen Wiig, Drew Barrymore, Juliette Lewis, Jimmy Fallon. I don't know who Daniel Stern is, so I'm already at a 10
Yeah, I was at
because
a 10. And yeah,
I know all these guys except for the bottom one.
yeah, I agree. I'm on the same page with you.
And this is another one. I thought Kristen Wiig did a good job in this one too,
Yeah. But she's not
but
funny.
she's not trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I absolutely. I mean, I didn't hate that Ghostbusters, the one with her and Melissa McCarthy and um, God, Kate
Keenan.
McKinnon.
Yeah. I
Kate
liked her
McKinnon.
character in it.
I like her. I thought she rocked it. I thought she was really
Mm-hmm.
good. She was funny. Um, but I didn't hate the movie, but I did not like Kristen Wiig's character
Neither did I.
in that movie. I
Mm-mm.
I didn't really care for Melissa McCarthy's character either.
I do not like Melissa McCarthy.
I
It's
know
rough
I know
being
you don't
Melissa.
like Melissa McCarthy. I do. Um, uh, as a general rule, I like Melissa McCarthy. She has a couple of serious roles that I really like
I still need
too.
to watch The Kitchen. I remember you
Yeah,
told me.
watch The Kitchen. There's another one where she's kind of um,
I liked her in Identity Thief because of Jason Bateman. He's
yes,
my guy.
Identity Thief was good. I liked
Mm-hmm.
her in Heat. Her and Sandra Bullock had kind of good
That's
chemistry.
okay.
It was okay. I mean, it wasn't. It was the script was written in crayon, so it wasn't really. It wasn't really a great script. What are you doing? What are you doing? You keep going under my desk.
That's funny.
We go to mama. Go to mama. I know you just want to be on. You want to be on the show. Just want to mess with me. My granddaughter like goes under the desk and comes in. She goes, "Hi." That's awesome. All right. So
This is a
yeah,
very underrated movie, I think. It
it
don't get a
is.
lot of
I
film
think
props.
it is a very under. And correct me if I'm wrong, but Drew Barrymore directed it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought she did a great job directing it too.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really good. And this is where I like the story better than I thought I would in this.
Mm-hmm.
So when we get to that aspect, it's going to be interesting. All right, so let's go with the acting.
I almost at a 9.
I
It's not a 10.
It's not a 10. I'm actually at an 8. I think there were a couple of phone-ins that
The one that stands out is Jimmy Fallon.
yeah.
I'm
Jimmy
not a
he
Jimmy
was he
Fallon
was
guy.
just trying to be Jimmy
Mm-hmm.
Fallon as a roller derby dude, and it
Yeah.
wasn't. Um
But Elliot Page, man, they were
yeah, I
fantastic in this.
they they were, All the girls were fantastic.
Hmm.
I thought Juliette Lewis was amazing.
Yeah,
She was probably my standout aside from Elliot Page.
yeah.
She
It'd
was
be
my
Elliot, then for
then
me it
Julie.
would be Juliette Lewis.
Yeah,
There's just something about her. She's just a badass.
yeah. She's
You know
just
what I mean?
I could see her in the roller derby.
Hmm.
Yeah, totally.
She got like this swagger to her, and not
Hmm.
just in this movie. You see it in all her movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, from Dusk Till Dawn, all that
Hmm.
stuff.
I just recently watched that.
Dude, she was good in that.
Yeah,
God, am I
Gecko
thinking
Brothers,
she was a
Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers? Yeah, I was like, I didn't want to be wrong about that, but I remember her in Natural Born Killers. She was
Hmm.
great. She really played up to her co-star in that, and
Hmm.
it was really good. All right, so let's go with the plot. It says Ellen Page scored huge laughs as Bliss Cavender, a small town teenager with a big dream to find her own path in the world. Soon, Bliss discovers a way to put her life on the fast track, literally. She lands a spot on a rough and tumble roller derby team and becomes Babe Ruthless, the hottest thing on eight wheels.
I would watch it.
I I would watch it, but this kind of lets the wind out of the sail for me.
Yeah,
It the movie is so much more than that.
it goes back just like The Martian.
It
It
goes
kind of
back just
lets.
like The Martian. Yeah, you're like, okay, that might catch me, and I think I would give that a 7.
I, I would agree with you. I was gonna go just a little bit lower, but I like this movie.
Yeah, I was like, I thought maybe a 6, and I'm like, no, it was a little better than a 6
Yeah, I'm gonna
because
go with 7.
yeah, we'll go 7. Okay, the ending of this.
It's not. It's kind of like The Martian for me. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
the journey was much better than the
Yeah,
destination when
because
it
she's
ended.
finding herself. That's what I was invested in.
Yeah,
Was when
and
Elliot
then
was finding herself.
yeah, oh, that's right. The dude from Home Alone plays the dad. I thought he was excellent
Oh
in
yeah,
that. And that is
your
that
back of
the
yours looks different than
is
mine.
that Daniel Stern? That might be Daniel Stern.
I don't know.
Yeah,
See
because
yours looks. Oh, you get the DVD. That's right.
I have
Duh.
the DVD. Um, but yeah,
And I
yeah,
think
I
it's very relatable. You don't have to be a female to relate to this story.
no.
At that age, you're trying to
You're trying
find
to you're trying to
yourself.
figure out your place, where
Hmm.
where you're supposed to be in this world. And I
Hmm.
think it, and especially with um, she was doing all the beauty pageant crap,
Yeah.
and she knew that she didn't want to do that. Even though Marcia Gay Harden as her mom, she did a great job, but she was like, "No, you're gonna be a beauty pageant girl, just like I was." And she's like, "No, I don't want to do that. That's not my thing." But yeah, she
And
wanted to
she
be.
came off as a believable teenager too.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the
you
thing
got
I
that.
really dug.
I really dug that, and I like this teenager character better than she did in Juno.
Yeah.
And Juno was supposed to be like that was like her home run,
Yeah.
and
But I disagree with
I disagree with
that. You
that.
said, yeah. I
Yeah,
think this is her home run.
I like this better than. What are you doing again? go, go to mama. She's so funny. my granddaughter's like, I want to be on TV. All right. So what are we gonna give this ending? Because I I
I'm
gotta
gonna
say,
go 7.
yeah, I gotta throw a 7 at it. I was just,
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad throwing
I
a
do
7
too.
at it, but I think that's what it deserves. I think
Right.
it was good. The ending was good, but it wasn't great. It
Yeah.
wasn't like this whole big climactic thing.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I think my favorite part of the ending is and you kind of see that with the dad because the neighbor always put like his kids, his boys on
Yep.
the football team, put their numbers and
Mm-hmm.
championships and stuff like that, and he puts his daughter's number out
Yep.
there and is like bragging, yeah, my daughter does sports too, and
Yeah.
she'll kick your
That
ass.
was touching.
I thought that was cool. That was where
Yeah.
the father and the daughter really kind of melded,
Yeah.
and there was that bond that they got, and so I
Mm-hmm.
like that. But yeah, I'm kind of yeah, I'm on board with the seven. And like I said, the story, I thought the story for this was really good, surprisingly good.
I, I'm at a 9.
Yeah, I'm at a nine as
You know?
well because
Yeah.
I did not expect the story to be this
No.
good for
When
this
I
movie.
popped it in, because of Elliot. Because I knew her work,
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm gonna give this. And ended up loving it. I was
yeah.
just like,
I
you
mean, I honestly am was not a fan, and I'm gonna say Ellen Page. It's Elliot now, but
mm-hmm.
I was not a fan of Ellen Page. I was not a fan of Juno.
It was
I
overrated, I think.
I bought this because of Drew Barrymore and her directing
Mm-hmm.
this. I was like, okay, I want to see how she does directing this,
Yeah,
and I thought she killed it, and I got more respect for Ellen Page after this movie.
yeah. And I think this is her only Drew Barrymore's only hit, if I remember right. Nothing else stands out.
Yeah, no,
Um,
not for her directing.
mm-mm. And I really hope um, Olivia Wilde doesn't fall in this trap because I loved Booksmart, and I know she's got a
I
new
I got
thriller.
to see that. I know you recommended that to me too, and
Yeah,
I got to see that one.
I really dug her debut there. She got another thriller coming out,
Hmm.
and I think she's directing Spider Woman too.
Oh, that's cool.
I think I could be wrong.
Okay,
Is Spider Woman or Madam Web? One of the two.
I think it's Spider Woman.
I don't remember. But yeah, man, this movie's fantastic. I love the roller derby scenes. You
Hmm.
know, they don't look so cheesy. They look real, and I like that they didn't Hollywood this up. They kept it again grounded in reality. They had real, it would seem like real people
Yeah,
being roller derbies, being the ladies in the roller derby. I hate nothing more. We all like pretty people. Let's all admit it. But I hate when they Hollywood it up. I want
yeah,
our movies to be realistic, as realistic as the genre allows. You know what I mean?
yeah. I couldn't. It's not Madam Web that she's
It has to
directing,
be
so it
Spider
must be
Woman.
Spider Woman. Has to be Spider Woman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't find. I definitely found that it wasn't Madam Web. So, um, all right. So let's go into. I have this listed, of course, as a drama, but the type is sport because it's not really based on a true story, but it is kind of loosely based on a sport. So we're looking for, of course, our normal ones: the interest in the subject matter, the script, and the cinematography. So let's talk about those. Um, what's your interest in the whole roller derby thing? And
I've always been intrigued by roller derby, so I
I,
was interested
yeah,
in this.
yeah, it's funny because, and I wanted to get your take on that because I've always associated roller derby with professional wrestling.
Really?
Eh,
See, I didn't
Yeah,
put that. I
you,
understand. I guess where do you see the showmanship of it?
yeah. Well, because
Yeah.
I've worked roller derby shows because
Oh,
I've
that's
worked
cool.
wrestling shows. So, I've been on roller derby shows, handling some of their lighting and things like that. Um, so it's really interesting. I don't link them together, but I think if you like pro wrestling, then as a general rule, you would also like roller derby
I can see that. I guess I can see that.
because
Yeah.
of the showmanship and the stuff that goes into it. So I like both, and I wanted to see
Yeah.
if you liked both because I know you like wrestling,
Yeah.
and I wanted to see your interest in that as well. So yeah, I'm gonna throw a seven at
I'm gonna
that
go
for the
8.
interest. Okay.
I'm gonna go 8.
And then we got the script. So we got we got an 8.5 for acting. We got a 9 for the story. So
I
yeah,
was
I'm
gonna
down.
say 8.
I was yeah. Well, I was gonna say 9 for the script myself. So we'll do an 8.5 on that. And the cinematography,
I thought it was great.
I thought it was really good. Um,
um, it wasn't flashy because this movie doesn't need to be flashy.
no.
I think in the when you're going around the rink,
Hmm.
uh, I thought that was great. I like the shots they used.
Hmm.
Even when they're in the, it's at a diner, right, where she's working. I I like some of those shots.
Hmm.
Um, I think I'm going to be at an 8 on this too.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw an 8 at that too.
Uh,
And then we've got for the sport part, so the actual sport itself and the elements of roller derby. Do you think they showed enough of
yeah.
that life? And I think they did a pretty good job with that.
Hmm.
Because and I'm going to equate this to pro wrestling. Um, pin message. Um, because in pro wrestling, and I'm going to go with the wrestler, the Mickey Rourke movie.
Okay. You know, I have yet to
Because
see that.
yeah, oh, dude, you got to see that. This is where
Is this
homework.
by weekly?
This is your weekly homework assignment. You have to watch the wrestler because, um, see, did you watch Nacho Libre?
I do not like Jack Black. I refuse
Okay,
to watch.
I don't like Jack Black either. I hated Nacho Libre. I was insulted with Nacho Libre because I did Lucha Libre, and that is not the way that they're portrayed. I really I was offended at that movie, but I understand other people liked it. Some people like Jack Black, totally fine.
Mhm.
But I was not a fan, and but when I watched The Wrestler, and I saw how that was done and how the wrestlers were being portrayed, and I've seen that, so that rang true to me. I've been behind the scenes, I've been in the dressing rooms, I've seen I've seen the wrestlers do the things that they did in this movie. That would make you go, "Oh my God, I can't believe that they have to do that just to get in the ring." And yeah, so definitely watch it. But that's where
Now,
I'm like, roller derby is not glamorous, and neither is pro
mhm.
wrestling. Pro wrestling, unless you're the top echelon guys, um, like in WWE, that would be Roman Reigns, like the
Yeah,
head guys. If you're one of that group,
yeah.
then maybe that's where you get the first class seats and you get the good hotel rooms and things like that. Otherwise, you're paying your own way, and you're sitting in a high school locker room getting dressed, or you're sitting in a closet putting your tights on getting ready for a show. Playing, you're playing at the fairgrounds and you're getting dressed behind
Yeah.
behind the building because
Yeah,
there's no dressing room.
I've
And
seen those shows.
yeah, I've lived those shows, so I've been there, and the wrestler really rings true to that. Um, and also,
Damn
as
it! Now I have to go watch.
you got to watch it, man. It's so good, and it's so devastating to watch. It's just it's really sad. I mean, especially when you get to that point, where if all you've done is wrestle, for the last 20-25 years, and your body's starting to fall apart, but you have nothing else that you can do. So you have to go out there and you have to keep wrestling until your body just gives up. And yeah, it still kind of gets me. And I've watched that movie a handful of times because it's hard for me to get through because I've seen it.
Yeah,
So
I looks like I'll be fucking watching that this week.
you, damn it! And then you're gonna message me on Instagram. Damn it, Dave! That movie was
Mm.
good. I'm sad now. I'm gonna start drinking more. But it's yeah. I almost put that in my 5. I almost did.
Oh yeah, I wish you would have.
I almost did. Um, but I went with the movies that I will just watch
Right.
constantly. And the wrestler, that's one I've got to prepare for emotionally because that's a seriously sad movie. I mean, there's like the one of my alternates was Hachi, and
I've
I
never even
I
heard
ha-
of that.
I have to really emotionally prepare for that because that movie makes me cry every time. And I mean, all dog movies just do it, but this one plays a little bit differently. And I hope you do get a chance to watch that because it's a
Oh yeah,
really
I
really
listen to
good
Flash.
movie. Um, so I won't spoil anything for that. But if you get a chance to watch it, let me know what you thought. All right, so we got two more things. So the sport itself of that's where we were at. The sport itself of roller derby. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well did they portray that sport in this movie?
For me,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with 8
yeah,
because it felt real. It didn't feel like I said earlier Hollywood up. You
yeah,
know, it felt gritty and like how I imagined it would be.
right. And then when I watch a sport movie, I like the I like the and I don't I call it the triumph, but it's the overcoming adversity. Because
Mm-hmm.
usually when you're watching a sports movie, something happens to the main character that they have to overcome to become the great at that sport like
Right.
they want to be. So and there was a little bit of that in here. There was it's something that that Elliot Page's character had to get through to get over so that
Mm-hmm.
she could become. I mean, she was already on the poster and she did all the stuff, but there were some things that she had to get through herself, especially with her family, and then with the roller derby in order to get to where she wanted to be. So I hope I explained that well enough.
You did.
How would you score that element?
I'm gonna go this a little lower. I'm gonna go about 6.
Okay, I'm at a 7 for that.
Yeah.
Um, because I think they weren't like some serious things that she had to get through, but there were multiple things that she had to like maneuver
Right.
in order to get to where she needed to be. So okay, so 6.5. All right, so let's total that up.
Oh, excuse me. With the case of the yawns all of a sudden.
All right, moving on to the next one. So you did Whip It. I'm going to go because you watched it recently, and I know this wasn't your favorite, but I'm interested in getting your take on it. So I'm going to go with Finding Neverland as the next movie to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this movie is special to me, and I think so. I labeled it as a drama family film because it's PG and it kind of caters to a total family element. This is one that I would recommend to people who wanted a family film but didn't want anything cartoon.
Right. I
And
can
didn't want
see
an
that. I
animated
totally
movie.
see that.
So this would be one of the ones that I would recommend for that. So Finding Neverland, we've got, I mean, right off the bat, we've got Johnny Depp, Kate
Dustin
Winslet,
Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman, Julie Christie.
I only
Um,
recognize 3.
okay, we got Freddie Highmore, who is the little boy Peter. So I'm actually at a 9 for the cast. You're at 6.
Yeah. I
Um,
was surprised when I saw Dustin Hoffman's face. I was like, oh shit, Dustin
yeah.
Hoffman.
Oh, Dustin Hoffman. Yeah.
I wish he would have been
Um,
in it a little bit more.
yeah, I agree with that. I would have I liked his character. I like what he did, but
I
yeah,
did too.
he wasn't too involved in the movie. I would say he was little more than a glorified cameo, really.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's the kind of way I felt with Kate Winslet too. I love that's my
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
Um,
Kate Winslet. She was basically just the mom of Peter
mm-hmm.
and Freddie Highmore. So Freddie Highmore and Johnny Depp were the focus
Mm-hmm.
of that movie, and then you had Kate Winslet in the background going, "I'm the mom." But yeah, I thought she did a great job. But yeah, she didn't have a whole lot of lines. She didn't
No,
have a whole lot of.
she makes
Um,
my screen always better when she's on it, so I
I
watch
know
more.
it's kind of like everything tastes better with bacon, and all movies look better with Kate Winslet on.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think she might be a vampire because she just gets more pretty as
Oh,
she gets
yeah.
older, man.
Yeah, no, I don't I definitely agree with that. Okay, so the acting in this. And this you and I might differ a little bit because I am definitely at a 10 for the acting because I love how this was played. I love Johnny Depp's character. I love Freddie Highmore's character. I mean, Dustin Hoffman did a great job. I thought the cast did great. But
I'm gonna start off. I do
yeah,
not like Johnny Depp. I rarely like a Johnny Depp movie. I take that back. I'm gonna walk that back. I forgot I do like the Pirates movies. Um, and I like Sleepy Hollow. No, do I like? Yes, I like Sleepy Hollow.
well, like Edward Scissorhands. What would you think of that?
That's okay. I'm
Okay,
not a big fan because that's Tim Burton,
because that's Tim Burton.
and I'm not a Tim Burton guy.
You're on Tim Burton,
I
but I think Sleepy Hollow is his too, isn't it?
yeah.
Isn't Sleepy Hollow Tim
hmm
Burton?
But I have
Um,
a connection with that. I remember watching that cartoon.
mm,
I forget what it was called. I just remember seeing it with my aunt somewhere,
hmm.
and I think that's why I have a little fondness for it.
Okay.
But Johnny Depp in this movie, he's not yet Johnny Depp. I, in my opinion,
Yeah.
he, I actually, I'm gonna say I somewhat enjoyed his performance of this dude.
Okay.
I like Kate Winslet's. I and I don't know his wife's name in this, Johnny Depp's wife, but the look she gave when she was on screen of disappointment and disgust,
Hmm.
I thought that was very believable. Um, so I'm gonna go higher than I thought I was gonna go, and I'm gonna go an 8.
Okay.
And I never thought I'd score a Johnny Depp movie at an 8 for acting. Now, if this would have been later Johnny Depp, the cuckoo, the artsy fartsy
Yeah.
Johnny Depp, no way I would have scored that an 8. And another thing, them two kids in this
Hmm.
movie, I forgot about that. They did a good job.
Yeah.
Sometimes kid actors take me out of a movie, but they didn't.
Okay. Nice. All right. So let's do the plot. Well-known playwright James M. Barrie finds his career at a crossroads when his latest play flops. Then by chance he meets a widow and her 4 adventurous boys. Together they form a friendship that ignites the imagination needed to produce Barrie's greatest work, Peter Pan. So
That would
basically, would that not sell you?
no. I like Peter Pan, but it's not like one of my go-to favorite. Of course, this isn't the Disney version. This is the original version.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't watch that just by reading the. I would have skipped it. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
I
Well,
would
you
skip
did until I had it on my list.
Right.
You didn't, but I mean, you probably like, ooh, Johnny Depp.
Mm-hmm. But see, I liked the film.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to give this a low score because I liked the film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to give it a low. I'm gonna go 5,
Okay.
just on that.
Okay. Because
And
I'm
if I
gonna go
didn't like the
8.
film, I probably would have given it like a 2. If I didn't
Right.
end up, I know that's not the correct way, but I can't help it. I enjoy.
I
I enjoy.
no, I understand. You don't want to, we don't want to dog the movie
Mm-hmm.
because you wouldn't get it based on the plot. So
Right.
I understand. I will take that. And I was just gonna say, yeah, just give it a 5 if you're like, I
Mm-hmm.
like the movie, but the plot wouldn't draw me to it. Then yeah, maybe give it a 5. Um, so yeah, I was at an 8 for that, so that averages out to 6.5. Because I did watch it because of the box. I'm not a Johnny Depp fan either, and I'm not really a Kate Winslet fan. I got to admit, aside from a few movies.
Okay, show over.
It's like we're out. No, I mean like, it's really funny because my favorite movie of Kate Winslet is also the only movie I like of
Finding
Jack Black.
Neverland.
Yeah,
Somebody in the chat.
that's my cousin.
Oh, awesome. Oh,
That's my cousin Nina. Also my sister. I consider her my sister. We were so close growing
Awesome.
up. So yeah, we're talking about Finding Neverland.
Which is a great movie. We'll get to that later.
Yeah. All right. Um, so let's talk about the ending.
It's sad. For me, it was sad.
It is. It is. It's a very sad ending.
And
I
but you
still.
seen it coming.
Yeah. Yeah. I still.
Uh,
I liked it.
I did
I
too.
I yeah. But yeah. It was a sad ending. It wasn't like all flowers and candy. You gotta. It's
Yeah,
something
it's
that you
death.
deal with in real life. It's
Yeah,
death. You gotta deal with that. And
and not only death. Yeah, yeah. And the death of a relationship too, because there's.
yeah.
I'm at an 8
Okay.
for this,
Yeah. No, I'm down for that.
and I'm just gonna go. I would have never watched this movie. Never to give it a chance until you put it on your list. And this is another thing I like about this because you put stuff on here I wouldn't have watched or seen yet.
Yeah, you put stuff I wouldn't watch, and then I'm like, I go and watch stuff, and I said, dude, thank you for, thank you for putting that in front of me because, yeah, Jojo Rabbit, I would have never seen. I would have never even looked twice at it. Um, my, my cousin doesn't like horror movies. I know, but we're gonna do, I think, gosh, 2 weeks. We're gonna do horror movies.
All right.
We're doing fantasy next week, and then the week after is horror movies. So my cousin will not be joining us on that show. Um, except to go, nope, I'm not watching that. Nope, I'm not watching that. um, okay, so we are,
She still loves you.
yeah, I know. Okay, so we're talking story, and this is one where I love the story because I love the whole thing about Peter Pan and how he got his inspiration from the boy and the
Mm-hmm.
family and all that.
I'm
I
at a
am
9.
yeah, I'm at a 9 for that. I loved that. That's probably my favorite part. And yes, I did cry a little bit at the end because it was really sad. But yeah, you saw it coming. You knew what was happening,
Mm-hmm.
but still it was like, oh.
Yeah.
um okay. This might be where your score drops a little bit. Um so yeah, she's a Game of Thrones fan.
I still need to watch the final episode. I've watched everyone but the final episode.
I haven't watched one episode yet. I've got the entire series. Haven't seen one episode yet. But I know I'm gonna like it. I have no doubt. Yeah, because I'm just as much a fantasy fan as she is. So, um, all right. So the interest in the subject matter,
Yeah. I'm,
because you're like, I don't really care about Peter Pan. I'm like,
yeah. I'm
not
gonna go 5.
okay.
Just because, like, again, I like the movie.
Yeah, and again, I'm gonna go with an 8 because I was down for that. I was a huge fan of the book, the original book, not the Disney stuff.
Right.
Um, so that puts us at a 6.5. The script, and I think, I mean, we gave the acting and the story a 9. So
I
I
would.
like the script. I think at least an 8 for the
I was gonna
script.
go 8.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I was shocked. You know
Hmm.
that I enjoyed this movie as much as I did.
Hmm. And for cinematography,
It
I'm
looked good.
it looked good. I love the wide shots where they came
Mm-hmm.
in. I think I'm going to throw an 8 at that as well.
I was gonna go 9, just
Okay.
because the time,
I
like,
love it. Go higher than me.
because I see the park bench scenes when he's sitting on the park bench,
Right?
and you got that green in the background. Even when he is it a dog mask that he has on? Um,
Um,
I don't remember.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and I like that because you see through the eyes.
Hmm.
Ah, That's why I'm at a 9 on that.
Okay, yeah, that was nice. I don't remember that part. I
Yeah,
didn't remember that until you mentioned it. I may change mine to a 9 too. I think I am.
yeah.
I was remembering the wide shots with the park bench and everything, and how
I have
they
something about that
zoomed in,
scene. Them
and you,
scenes.
hmm
I don't know what it is.
yeah,
I don't know if it's the green in the background of the grass and the trees.
the
Just
trees,
something
yeah,
about that.
something about
It's
that. Yeah, I
beautiful
really.
looking.
It's interesting you would ask that, um, Sissy, because it's I wouldn't compare it to Pan at all because this is not a fantasy. This is a drama about the guy who wrote Peter Pan and kind of how that goes about. And whereas Pan is the, I guess, the fantasy that came from that. And I didn't really care for the movie Pan with Hugh
Never watched it.
Jackman, and I can't say I liked some of it. I thought there was some really good imagination that was put in there, and so I like the special effects. And again, there's a lot more singing, and when it gets to be kind of a musical, I'm kind of out. Um,
I
but
should
I
put West
never.
Side Story in there for you.
Um, but he did "Smells Like Teen Spirit" from Nirvana. He sang that song, and I never really knew the words until Hugh Jackman sang that song in Pan. And so I was like, so that's what it is.
It's
I
funny.
thought that was really funny. So now I know the words to that song, and I've been a Nirvana fan forever, but I never knew the words to that song. Um, all right, so it's family film. So we talk about how family friendly it is, and then unfortunately, the second part is the humor. And there's a little bit, but there's not a whole lot
There's
of
not a
humor in
whole
that.
lot.
So that's going to end up dropping the score. But I think family friendly. I think it's extremely family friendly.
Hmm.
I might I might even go a 10 for that, but I think I'm going to go a 9.
That's what I would be. I'd be at a
Yeah.
9 for family friendly because
There
we've
are
talked about death and some of family
yeah.
friendly aspects, and that's what I think that's what's keeping me from a 10 is the death.
Oh, you mean Hook with Robin Williams and Julia Roberts?
Yeah,
Hook and Dustin Hoffman's in that too.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, the irony there. Not irony, but the coincidence.
yeah. I don't know if I don't know if Brantley. Well, I think Brantley might like this because it's got some kids in there that I think are around her age, and I think she might kind of dig it. It might be a little slow for her, but I think she might go for it. You tell her that her Papa Dave liked it, she'll watch it. Um, okay, so for the humor elements of this, and I'm just going to throw a 5 at it because there was some humor. What was in there was great, but it was more of a sad, serious story than it was.
The thing that
Um,
sticks out for me is when that dude's in the dog suit on stage and he's like, I can't breathe. That made me chuckle. And he's covered in sweat. And,
mhm,
yeah, I dug that.
yeah,
That made me
yeah, and I
laugh.
think there was a I can't remember the exact words, but there was a point where Johnny Depp and Freddie Highmore are talking, and just his view of the world. Freddie Highmore, the kid
Mm-hmm.
who's Peter, his view of the world and how he explained it to Johnny Depp really kind of made me chuckle. But chuckle in the way it was like, oh yeah, I didn't see it like that. I can't remember the exact
Right.
words, so I don't want to butcher it. But there's a part that really got me that got me kind of chuckling a little bit, and that would be that. So, all right, so we're gonna put a 5 on that.
Again, I would have never watched this fucking for you.
Not bad. It's not bad. Again, I'm rounding it up at the end if we end up with
It's
a
on.
half a point.
You're talking about. It's on HBO Max. If you're talking about Finding Neverland.
Yeah, Finding Neverland is on HBO Max right now, or in my
That's what I
living
want
room
to
next time you come visit.
do.
All right, your turn, my brother. Where do you want to go?
I'm gonna go Goodwill Hunting.
Oh, we weren't gonna do Good Will Hunting.
Oh, we didn't. What did I pick? I forgot. I said all my movies sitting here. What were my picks? Let me open my. I
You,
forgot.
yeah, you have Whiplash, Bombshell, or A Few Good Men.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna go A Few Good Men.
Okay,
Tom Cruise.
good.
I'm a Tom Cruise mark. Um, I'll buy anything. I still need. I'm looking forward to. Um, what's that one that's just they put the pre-order at for? That he's not in it much. Um,
Oh, the Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. I need to get that. I need to get Legend, and I think that's the only two movies I'm missing
Yeah, I
for
got
my.
the Arrow Blu-ray of Legend.
I'm pissed. I haven't got that yet.
Yeah,
And
I got that.
this, you wouldn't think a drama would look so good in 4K.
I was wondering about that because I didn't decide to get the 4K because I thought the DVD would be fine because it was a drama.
Oh man, the crisp, how they cleaned it up. I don't
Hmm.
know if cleaned it up's the right word, but the detail on the jackets, you can see the fuzz, the faces. Oh man,
Hmm.
you can't handle the truth.
Yeah, no,
You can't
this
handle the truth
oh
at the 4K
you,
version on
you
this.
can't handle the 4K. Um,
It's
oh man,
fantastic.
this movie is fantastic, and
It is.
I'm a huge fan of the courtroom dramas. So, which my honorable mention was Murder in the First, which
Yeah,
is
I
my
wanted to see
favorite
that.
courtroom drama, and that was one you didn't get a chance to watch. But that one really gets me because Christian Slater knocked it out of the park, and I don't consider him a very good actor, but him working alongside Kevin Bacon and Gary Oldman just
Hmm.
just nailed it. So good. But Few Good Men is great. I'd love
This
to
cast,
just
I'm at a 10.
I'm at a 10 for this cast too. It's got
Yeah.
everybody and their dog in it. You got Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson, Demi Moore, Kevin Bacon, Kiefer Sutherland. I'm just like blah blah blah, and I'm out of fingers. There's
Hmm.
like so many dudes in this movie. So yeah, this is absolutely a 10.
Yeah. It's yeah.
And
Dude,
I,
if you can find
I
it for cheap on Amazon or
if
Black Friday,
I will
pick it
look
up.
for the 4K. I'd get this on
Pick it up.
4K if it's worth it like that. But yeah, I love this movie. But I was like, I generally don't look to dramas as upgrading to 4K. I look to
See,
action, sci-fi, and horror to
the only
upgrade to
reason I
4K.
bought it was because it was on. I think I got it for like $15. It was at
Hmm.
the time last year. I was going through all the Tom Cruise movies. And I was just buying the ones that I didn't have.
Yeah,
So I
well,
said,
with
I'm just
Tom
gonna
Cruise
pick up.
movies, yeah, I just got Edge of Tomorrow. I've got Oblivion on 4K. That's really good.
Yeah.
Um, gosh, I've got so many Tom Cruise movies. Got them
I
too.
know. I'm only missing
Jack
a handful, a
Reacher.
couple.
I've got Jack
Those look good in
Reacher. I've
4K
got.
too.
I'd like to get Night and Day. That's the one with Cameron Diaz and him.
That to me is one of his weakest movies. I have a hard
I
time with that movie.
I thought that was funny as heck. I enjoyed that movie a lot.
I don't know, just something about it. A lot
Mm,
of it to me seemed forced, you know. But the action was good. Um, but yeah,
you're 16 months older than me, but I'm 7 years older than Rich. So,
yeah.
um, all
Oh,
right.
see,
So
I
let's.
like Vanilla Sky. She put Vanilla Sky. So I want to get the Paramount
I
Presents
Yeah. I can't. Well,
Cadillac.
see, my weak link for Tom Cruise is Eyes Wide Shut. I was not a fan of
See, I
that.
don't mind that.
I didn't care for that. Vanilla Sky I thought was okay. Collateral was amazing. I'm still tossing
Fantastic.
that. I see that 4K at Best Buy, and
Do it.
I keep I keep going. Oh man, I want to grab this in
Do it.
4K.
Do it.
But yeah, I'll definitely do that because it's still there every time I go. So I'm like,
Get
I
it
got
before they
time.
phase it out.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd get that for sure. Okay, let's talk acting on A Few Good Men.
Thank you, Dal.
Of course, Top Gun Maverick. Yeah, Top Gun Maverick was really good.
For
Um,
acting, I'm at a 10. There's
Yeah.
no debating this.
Yeah. No,
There's,
I can't.
and I'm gonna be hot take. I'm not a big Jack Nicholson fan, but he was good in this.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Jack Nicholson, but I like movies like As Good as It Gets and that kind of stuff. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah,
Um, I
I'm not a fan of his Joker.
I like well, I liked his Joker. That's kind of my that's my era. That's '89. That's um, but what One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I thought he was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great movie. And then I
Shining,
really
of course.
yeah, I liked him in The Shining. I liked him in Witches of Eastwick is another one. But I liked him because he played well off of Cher and Michelle Pfeiffer and the
Mm-hmm.
other girl, the three girls. Susan Sarandon, I think, was the
I
third
like
one.
him in The Departed too.
Yeah, I liked him in The Departed, but The Departed's another one, just this amazing cast
Mm-hmm.
of people. And yeah, yeah, I mean, yeah, you got Matt Damon and Mark Wahlberg, and I mean, yeah, it's got everybody and their dog in it. And
I
that's a
guess I do like
great
some of
movie.
this movie. As I take that, I walk that back. I do. When you start listing movies, oh yeah, I like
Was
him in
there?
that.
Oh yeah, but he's done so many dang movies. So yeah,
Yeah, I like his Wolf
I
too.
oh yeah, I enjoyed him in Wolf.
Yeah.
He was creepy. But yeah, I mean, I would say like Johnny Depp. I'm about 50-50 with Johnny Depp. I like half of his stuff, and I don't like half of his stuff. Um, and I think I'm about the same with Jack Nicholson. I like half, and I don't like half. Um, and then there's guys like Adam Sandler and Will Ferrell and Ben
Nope.
Stiller, where I can maybe name one or two that I'll watch and I'll sit through,
Yeah.
but otherwise, and that's usually comedic actors. Sometimes I just don't like their comedy,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd rather just not
That's Kevin
watch.
Hart for me. He was funny at first, but then he did the
It's the same
same thing
stuff.
over and over and
Yeah,
over again.
it's the
Yeah.
same. It's the same stuff. I liked I liked the first Jumanji sequel, but then the second one, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, all right. Um,
I
uh,
agree. Will Ferrell's
Will
trash.
Ferrell's barf. Yeah, the
Yeah.
only thing I liked with Will Ferrell was Stranger Than Fiction. That's the only movie I ever
I
liked
liked
with
him in
him.
Old School. That's the only one I've liked.
Hmm. Hmm. All right. Speaking of old school, let's go with the plot on this. Oh wow, this is
I know it's tiny on the 4K too. I was going to like,
yeah, it is. Holy crap. Okay. A brash Navy lawyer teams up with a gung ho litigator in a politically explosive murder case. Charged with defending two Marines accused of killing a fellow soldier, they're confronted with complex issues of loyalty and honor, including its most sacred code and its most formidable warrior.
I would watch it.
Yeah, I would watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
give this a 9.
yeah, I'm at a 9. I agree. Gosh, I can't. Can we not? Is there any way that we can not give the ending a 10?
No, no, it's a 10.
This is one of the best courtroom drama endings ever,
Mm-hmm.
if not the best.
I agree.
Um, so that's a 10. What do you think of the story?
I think the story is great.
I
It's a
think the story.
great journey.
I'm not at a 10 for the
Yeah.
story.
We, I don't know if it's my love. I don't know.
So
So now
we
you're
got to
making me
look we got to
rethink.
look at it. I'm looking at it objectively, and I got to give the story an 8.
I'm
There
gonna
was
go
a
9.
okay.
I'm gonna go 9.
I'm cool with that. Um, okay. Interest interest in the subject matter.
Um,
Uh,
if for the first time
mhm.
reading for courtroom drama, it's low for me.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because
Because I
I
like courtroom dramas, but I'm not really big on the military.
see that's the part I like. There's a military in the.
Yeah,
I'm not a big courtroom person, drama person.
yeah. I love courtroom dramas, but yeah, the military kind of turned me off.
I'm
Johnny
gonna
Depp win.
go. This is gonna sound weird because I love this movie, but like you said, be objective.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go 7.
That's funny. I was gonna go 7 too.
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, I think that's fine.
and
Um,
that's hard because I love this movie.
yeah, but yeah, we'd have to think like, okay, would just the subject matter, what this is about, would it get me to watch it? Not just reading the box, but I know this is a courtroom drama about the military. Would I watch this? Would I be interested in this movie?
Yeah,
And yeah, I gotta say, I wouldn't be fully interested. What caught my eye was the cast.
yeah.
I was like, oh, dude, I gotta watch this because of
Yep.
the cast, and that it was a courtroom drama, and I like courtroom dramas. And but yeah, the like I said, I'm not big on the military. Um, so okay, script.
I'm at a 9 on
I
this
think
one.
I'm at a 9 too. I think the script is really good.
Hmm. Who directed this? Rob Reiner.
Yeah, I was like, it was Reiner, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay. The cinematography or the
Mm,
way it was filmed. I mean, it was really just it was in the courtroom.
yeah,
There
that's a low
wasn't a
score
whole
for me.
yeah there wasn't a whole lot of like
Yeah.
wide shots and coming in. It was really like they made it really uh, I mean like a baseball game to where you just see the pitcher and the catcher and the batter
Hmm.
and you don't know anything else that's going on around them. So when they really started filming the questions, it was really it was Tom Cruise and Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson and the judge, and that's really all you saw. And then you get flashes of the other people. I don't think cinematography is what this is about, but I,
I'm gonna
I
go
gotta
about
throw,
6.
I gotta go a six. I was gonna say I'm gonna throw
Yeah.
a six at it because I
That's
didn't
so
think
funny.
they didn't do a bad job,
No, it's not a bad
but
shot film. It's
but
just
it
not for
wasn't
me.
like it was just shot like normal. It was focusing on the people and the dialogue was really what it was about. Okay, so as a courtroom drama movie, I look for the elements of the courtroom itself. Like if there's a jury, how did the jury react? How did the judge play it? And he was a judge advocate general, but
Hmm.
um, I liked the judge. I liked
Hmm.
I liked how he played, and then how the witnesses played and the defendants. Um, because you got one guy who knew exactly what was going on, and the other guy didn't understand. Um, So I thought that was interesting. So what do you think of the actual courtroom elements of the movie?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with 7
Okay.
because the acting's what carried it for me.
Yeah.
I was only interested in who was on screen, not
Yeah.
and how their performance was.
I like that. I gave it an 8. I thought it was a little bit better. So we're at a 7.5. And then the last thing, because courtroom dramas are supposed to be intense. So
It's
how is the intensity of the movie?
yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna
especially
go
at the
9.
end where he's like, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, where'd you go? What was your
I
number?
was with 9.
Yeah, I'm at a 9 too.
Yeah, yeah. When he blows his temper.
Yeah. When he's like, I'm gonna get him to confess. I'm gonna get him to admit that. Oh, and you're like, man, I don't think he's gonna do it. I don't think he's gonna do it. And then you know, because if he doesn't do it, it's his career. He was like,
Yeah.
he was gonna sacrifice his career for doing it. So
Man, I'm gonna rewatch this now. Damn it.
yeah, we got to.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not right. All right. Nice. Okay, that's a good score. All right. Hmm. All right. So you went A Few Good Men. I am gonna go Peaceful Warrior.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that one for a sec.
Mm-hmm.
This one, unfortunately, it's gonna the cast is gonna hurt it
Mm-hmm.
because there's not a whole lot of people
I recognize three.
Yeah, I mean, I recognize Scott Meklowitz, the main lead, but not by name. I only recognize his face because he did the movie Undocumented, which is one of my favorite found footage horror movies.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm actually at a 5.
I got Nick Nolte, Paul
You got
Wesley, and Amy Smart. So I'm at
yeah.
6.
Okay, so you're at a 6. I'm at a 5. So 5.5. Um, but I think the acting was amazing.
This is why we disagree.
Okay,
Um, Nick Nolte was great in this.
I think this is Nick Nolte's best acting job.
I I haven't liked anything of his since 48 Hours,
Mhm.
um, until I saw this. I hated him in Ang Lee's Hulk. I didn't think he did a great job.
No, I didn't think you. I thought he phoned that one in.
Yeah.
But
But
I liked him. He played his character's name is Socrates in this movie, and I really saw that philosopher
mm-hmm.
in him, the way that he talked. I mean, like, he ran an auto mechanic shop, but just the advice that he gave the kid and all the stuff.
Your cousin wants to know, when did this movie come out?
That I just saw that. This is early 2000s, I think.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, but I can't. I don't see it there. So
It's
let's.
on Tubi if you want to watch it for free on
Yes,
Tubi.
it's on Tubi
That's
for
where I
free.
watched it.
Again, or you can come over. Um,
I think he wants you to come over and watch the movies.
she needs to come visit. She's due. 2006. It's actually newer than I thought. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
2006. Okay, so what would you give the acting? I do
Oh
miss you.
man, I struggled at times with the main lead, um, and I thought the coach, he was believable-ish, and then the other in the bar scenes, it felt forced.
Hmm,
Uh,
that's
I'm gonna
interesting.
because I mean I'm not saying the lead was terrible, but there's times where it was I struggled to believe him. You know what I mean? Other times I thought he was fine.
Okay,
Uh, I'm gonna go 7 on this
okay,
one because of Nick Nolte.
okay. Because yeah, I'm at an 8, so that's not bad. All right, let's go to the plot. Okay, so I don't want to do it. A gifted young athlete bound for Olympic gold, Dan has it all: trophies, talent, and all the women he wants. But after a life changing event, Dan comes to rely on Socrates, a mysterious stranger, and Joy, an elusive young woman, to teach him the secret to overcome incredible odds and tap into new worlds of strength and understanding. And it says, hailed by celebrities and critics alike, blah, 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 yakety smackety.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't have read it. I mean, I wouldn't have watched it at all. If I would have picked that up, say at a blockbuster, I would have been,
Yeah.
nah.
I was kind of the same way. What the reason why I played this is because I was working in a video shop at the time, and I was like, I need a movie that I can play, and I can play PG-13 or less. And I just kind of happened across it. Somebody had returned it, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to throw this in, and I absolutely loved it. But yeah, I gotta say that I give it a 6
I was
for
gonna
the
go
plot.
5.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
fine.
because I liked the movie for the most part.
Yeah. Now the ending.
This is another one for me. The journey,
The journey's better than the ending. I
yes.
totally agree. I did like
And I
the
don't want the written words as
yeah
the ending.
yeah no the
I,
written words no
I want to see it. It's a visual medium.
yeah
I don't want to read it. I want to see it. The only time I want
yeah
to read it if it's subtitles. You know what I mean?
yeah Well, it's funny. I did the same thing. I watched Peaceful Warrior and then Powder. I like Powder too.
I'm gonna go with a 7
Okay.
for the ending.
Okay. Yeah, I'm at an 8. Something I like that, and I don't mind. I actually like the words at the end to kind of like when they finish the movie and it says, blah blah blah. This happened, and 50 years later the guy died, or where
I
it
would rather
kind
see
of
pictures of him than the words, not a
yeah.
black screen. I would like to see the real gymnast.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
That's what I mean.
I'd love to see that too, like the real gymnast and the real like what
Yeah,
they do
because he
with
marries her,
Blindside.
right?
Like what's that?
He marries that girl, right?
Yeah, but like what they did with Blindside, to where they actually show
Mm-hmm.
the real guy and the coach and the mom and the stuff in the credits and what they did.
Yeah,
I liked how that ended. I
that's
really
what I
enjoyed
mean.
that.
I don't want to read it. I want to see because I'm seeing the people as I
Yeah,
read it.
yeah,
That's what I meant. I guess I should
yeah,
explain that better.
yeah.
But
No.
with all that said, if I come across this Blu-ray
Hmm.
for a very reasonable price, I think I would add it to my collection because I think it's a movie worth having.
Nice. I'm glad you said that because I would get the Blu-ray too. Again, because it's a drama, it's kind of low on my priority list because I
Mm-hmm.
like it just fine as a DVD. But yeah, I would get this on Blu-ray if I found it.
Yeah, I think yeah, I would too. Not for like 20 some dollars. If it's
No, if it was like under 10, like when I bought Peanut Butter Falcon, I bought that for 9.99. That was perfect.
yeah, I'd pay $10 for it. 15 under 15.
Yeah, nice. All right, so let's go story. I I like the story here. I'm a
I do
huge
too.
fan of the story.
I'm gonna go 9.
Okay, I'm at a 10 for the story because that's my favorite part of this. Um, the interest in the subject matter. We might differ a little bit here.
I have no interest in gymnastics. Um, I'm fat, so none of that interests me.
I'm fat too, but it's the triumph over adversity
Yeah,
that I'm interested in. That's
but
what
you,
I want to see something, something happen to a person and then they get back on and go back to the Olympics and do the thing. And so yeah, I was interested.
I
I'm going to throw an 8 at
I'm
it.
gonna go 5 again.
Okay.
But I ended up liking it. You know what I mean? It's.
Right. Okay. What do you think of the script? Do you think the
I thought the script was better than the acting portrayed it to be.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go 7 on that.
Okay. I'm at an 8 for the script. You gave the story a 9, and I think the acting is 7.
Because it's the like your cousin said, it's
Yeah.
the underdog. He
Yeah,
got
it's the
hurt.
underdog story, and yeah. And the cinematography. I kind of dug the cinematography in this. I liked the
Yeah,
way it
there's
was
parts of
filmed.
it I really liked.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna go 8 on that.
yeah. No, I'm totally down for that.
The only part I did not like is when they kept cutting away, and it was obviously it wasn't him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I thought they could have done a little bit better job.
yeah.
But it's
No,
2006.
it's 2006, and
Yeah,
you knew the guy wasn't a gymnast. So,
yeah.
but okay. So I have this listed also as a sport movie, drama sport. It's based on a book, but the sport itself, like we talked about with Whip It, I don't think this actually portrays gymnastics well enough.
I would agree with that.
Because I know we gave Whip It an 8 for the sport. I don't think it's that high. I'm
No,
gonna go 7 for
I
how
was
they
gonna go
portray the sport.
6.
Okay, no, that's totally cool. But this is where I'm giving it a 10, and this is the whole triumph over adversity and overcoming this obstacle and getting to its thing. I think this is where it excels.
I
So
100% agree with you.
so I'm at 10 for that.
I
For
would
the
give it a straight 10 for that. They do a fantastic job with that.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Whew. We had a
If
lot
you
of
guys
halves on
haven't
that
seen
one.
it, go to Tubi, watch it. It's worth the watch. Again, I would have never watched it if David suggested it. But yeah, it's worth the watch.
Nice. All right. So you got 2 left. I got 2 left. So you've got
What's my two?
you've got Whiplash and
Whiplash.
Bombshell.
Yeah, Whiplash.
You want to
Let's
do Whiplash
Whiplash.
or Whiplash?
I love that steelbook. I just have the regular Blu-ray. I forgot to grab it.
Yeah. No, it's funny. Like I said, I bought this steelbook. Never watched the movie. just sat there on my shelf because I really like the steelbook, and I got the steelbook for $5. So I was
remember
like,
seeing it for $5. I wish I would. I already had it on Blu-ray. I was like, I don't need that.
yeah.
You know.
But yeah, there's not much art on the inside, but I kind of like it.
Yeah.
And then of course the back just looks like the record, right?
I thought it was a symbol.
Oh yeah, it probably is a symbol. When I first got it, it looked like a record to me because of the grooves, the grooves
you
in
don't
it.
have the 4K steelbook. I don't like it. I like that one better.
I didn't know I was gonna like the movie, so
Yeah, that's true.
But
you bought Morbius.
I did.
I'll give you another time.
I did. Did you get a chance to see that?
Not yet. I mean, I've seen it, but I haven't watched it with the kids yet.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the cast.
I am at a 6. No, 8. You got Paul Reiser.
Yeah, you got Paul Reiser, Miles Teller, J.K. Simmons, Paul Reiser.
And then
I think there was
that girl, his girlfriend. I recognized her. My mind is going blank.
I didn't recognize.
She's Supergirl.
In the series? She's super. Oh, okay.
On the TV show.
Wait, who's wearing your shirt? Are you talking about the Kiss shirt or the? You got to be talking about the Kiss shirt. She goes, "Hey, you're wearing my shirt."
Band. My mind's just totally blanking on me, but I know her by name. That's sad. Melissa Bonet. Duh.
Yeah, I didn't recognize her, but I never seen the Supergirl series.
I mean, my daughter watched that. He said Captain America.
Oh, Chris. Oh, the Captain America one, my tie-dye one. Chris Mulkey was the one, the uncle. That was the one guy I recognized, but I didn't know his name. So yeah, I'm at a 7. So 7.5. What did you think of the acting?
I thought it was fantastic. It was fucking good. As J.K. Simmons would say.
J.K. Simmons was phenomenal.
I think he won an Oscar for this, I think.
He was definitely nominated. But I don't think he won the Oscar. He was nominated. Yeah. Oh, it did win 3 Oscars. Let me see. Oh no, yeah, he won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. He also won for Film Editing and Sound Mixing. Yeah. It was nominated for Best Picture and Best Adapted Screenplay.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I'm at it. For me, Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons knocked it out of the park with this.
Yeah.
For me, it's a 10.
Yeah. No, it's a 10 for me too. There were a couple scenes where I wasn't buying what Miles Teller was selling, but J.K. Simmons was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And he definitely fought outside of his weight class. It was so good. I absolutely believed him in the movie. And there's an In this Blu-ray, there's a special feature where it just shows J.K. Simmons' character, the person he played, when he's at home. It just showed him at home, and he gets home, he pours himself a drink, he puts on a record, and he sits down, and he's just feeling the music, and his tears welling up. Not doesn't say a word in that whole featurette,
Really?
but I totally bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. I loved it. It just like it show it. I can't even remember the character's name, but um, Terrence Fletcher, and the
Yes.
special feature is Terrence Fletcher at home, is what it's called on the Blu-ray. I don't know if the 4K would have it. I don't know if any
I just
other
have the
copy.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, but I just have the Blu-ray too, and it's a special feature on this
I might have
Blu-ray.
to look that up.
See if you can find it. It says it basically says Terrence Fletcher at home or Terrence Fletcher at home or Fletcher at home or something like that, and it's just a scene of him walking into his apartment, and he literally pours himself a drink, sits down on the couch, puts a record on, puts a vinyl record on, sits down on the couch, and he just smiles, listens to the jazz, and his eyes start welling up, just showing his appreciation for the music. And that's the whole thing. It's beautiful.
Nice.
All right, let's go for the plot. Andrew Neiman is an ambitious young jazz drummer in pursuit of rising to the top of his elite music conservatory. Terrence Fletcher, an instructor known for his terrifying teaching methods, discovers Andrew and transfers the aspiring drummer to the top jazz ensemble, forever changing the young man's life. But Andrew's passion to achieve perfection quickly spirals into obsession as his ruthless teacher pushes him to the brink of his ability and his sanity.
I wouldn't. Just
I
by
I
going
like
in,
that, but I wouldn't watch. I wouldn't.
yeah, I wouldn't. I, I hate to say it because I love this movie. I'm at a 6 for that.
Okay, I'm at a 7, so we'll go 6.5
Yeah.
because it was just like I I liked it, but I'm like, okay, drummer, band teacher, ruthless. I don't know if I want to see that. I really had to second guess myself, and I don't know if I'd have ever watched it had you not have put this on your list. Even though I owned it, I was happy with that thing just sitting on the shelf collecting dust. It wouldn't have bothered me a bit, unless somebody's like, "Oh, hey, I want to watch Whiplash," and I'm like, "All right, I'll put it in." But okay, what'd you think of the ending of this?
I
Because yeah, I'm I liked it, but I don't agree with
I
it.
love the build up to the ending when they're at the and they're in the, doing the concert. He's going to town,
Yeah,
but then you're like, "What? It's over?" Because he realized what he was doing, and he was like,
yeah,
"Fuck you! I'm going to do this my way. I'll
yeah,
cue you in." And then you're like,
yeah.
"Okay,
But then all of a sudden they're smiling at each other again,
yeah." Like they
and
knew he Neiman knew what he was doing,
yeah,
knew what Fletcher was doing, and then vice versa.
yeah,
So I thought to me the ending was like, okay, there's a little bit of respect here for the two
yeah.
because he knew he's the one that testified.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
And I knew that he knew when they
yeah,
were talking
yeah,
before that whole thing was happening. I was like, dude, he knows. He absolutely knows that you did it. And I kind of I mean I like how he put in that song that Neiman didn't know just to make him mess up
yeah.
and give, one last
And then
screw
he
you. But
then
and
let
then
him
to have
go.
him come out and just go to town on the drums.
Yes, and then they see the blood again. I liked that. I liked the addition of the blood on that
Yeah.
in that scene.
But I really liked, and then he was like, at first he was, what are you doing? I don't understand. What are you doing? And then once he caught on, because the one thing J.K. Simmons said was that he never found anyone great, and he realized right there at that last moment that there's someone great right in front of him.
Hmm.
And that's when he was like, okay. And then he started slowing him down, and then he brought him back up, and then
Yeah.
they were in tempo again. But yeah, I don't agree. I didn't agree with it. Yeah, okay. I liked it, but I didn't agree with it. And I think that's where my that's that's why I'm at an 8 for it.
I'm okay with an 8. 100%
Yeah.
okay with an 8 on that.
Yeah.
Because I wanted just a little bit more after that concert.
Yeah.
I wanted to see where these two characters were going to go
Yeah.
after this
I was like when when Fletcher got really close to the drum set and he almost hit him with the cymbal,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought, okay, at the end of this, he's gonna jab that stick in his in his eye. And I was like, maybe I wanted a little bit more of a horror movie. I don't know, but it was like he was gonna like this, and then the dude was gonna lean over, and he was gonna go thwack, and then
Mm-hmm.
it was gonna end, and I would have been like, I might have been okay with that. Um, but yeah, I finished that movie, and I was like, yeah, I don't. I,
I
I
wanted more.
I wanted more. I liked it. I didn't agree with it, and then yeah, it just ended right there. There wasn't. I didn't get that closure that I wanted
Right.
at the
We've
end.
talked about that before.
Yeah,
The closure.
yeah. Okay, so story. What'd you think of the story?
I'm at a 9.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I thought the story was really good, and it's getting dark here. I'm going to turn my light on really quick.
Oh, okay. If you guys haven't seen Whiplash and you're still watching, you guys are still here, and you're still thinking about watching, let's tell J.K. Simmons. J. Jonah Jameson himself. Definitely go. It did leave you hanging. Yeah. Definitely go watch it.
That's better.
Shit
All
is
right.
already dark here.
Yeah, yeah. It leaves you hanging a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, okay, now what?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Are they best friends? Is he gonna stab him with the drumstick? Which I was
Now I want to
hoping.
see that movie.
Yeah, I want to see that. Revenge of Neiman. Flip.
Oh man, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Halloween Ends trailer drops. Um, sorry, I just came across the phone. Had to share it with you. I'm a Halloween fan. I know what I'm doing after this.
Oh yeah, we gotta watch that.
Yeah, but yeah, and you know what? I'm not a jazz fan whatsoever, but I dug the music in this movie. What they
I
were
dug the
playing, what he
music
was
in this.
performing.
Yeah, and we're
Yeah.
we're gonna get in it. We're actually gonna talk about that. That's one of the
Oh,
aspects is
okay,
we're
awesome.
gonna we're gonna talk about, because I have this listed as a drama music, not a musical, but music is the focus.
I should have
Um,
went with your daughter's advice and put What's That Story in
ooh, then you would have made. I wouldn't have watched it. I would have been like, no. And I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to watch that.
there.
um, hey, you're gonna sit there, huh, huh. But a good stab with a drumstick never makes a bad ending, right?
Right.
Totally. Um, all right, so let's talk about interest in the subject matter. And I gotta say, I wasn't too interested
Me neither,
in
man.
jazz music. I'm not interested in
Me neither.
band. The subject matter didn't really appeal to me. So I'm gonna have to throw a 5 at it.
I'm gonna go 5 with you on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, once I saw it though, yeah, I really liked
Yeah.
it. The script, I think the script is money.
I'm at a 10.
Yeah, I'm at a 10. I think the script
Yeah.
is
Because
amazing.
it was nominated. It's Piers. Whoever wrote it's Piers nominated for an Oscar for script, right?
Yeah, for best
Yeah.
adapted
So
screenplay, because it's
yeah.
based on a short film, and I watched the short
Yeah.
film was also in the special features, which I watched.
And J.K.
And
Simmons is in that too, right?
J.K. Simmons and everybody is the band is the same. The only person that's different is Miles Teller isn't in it. It's some other kid, and I've seen that kid before. He was in Scott Pilgrim, um, and I could see when they were going to do the feature picture. I see why they went with Miles Teller instead of this kid. But basically, the short film is just the scene when he first gets into the studio group, the big high group. And at first, J.K. Simmons is all nice to him. It's like,
And he
hey,
slaps
so
him.
tell me about your present and your parents and blah blah blah, and sits him down. It's okay. We're gonna work on your tempo. We're gonna go half speed, and then boom boom boom, and then it was like, and then he started getting, with the art, you're Russian, you're dragon, you're Russian, you're dragon, and then he started slapping him, and that whole scene is what the short movie was.
Oh, Michael, damn! It's only some good special features on this disc.
Yeah, it does. There's no deleted scenes or outtakes or anything like that. But I gotta say, I really like the special features of this. I wanted a making of, and I don't get that in here.
Right.
There's a lot more. There's commentary and things like that. But but what I did get with the Terrence Fletcher at home, I really liked that, and I liked watching the short film, what it's based on. So that was pretty cool. If you get a chance to go back and check those out, see if they're in
I might
here
have to.
on your Blu-ray. Um, but yeah, I like to go through and check out all the special features and stuff like that, so that I can see how it was made, where the basis is behind it, things like that. Um, and I gotta say, when I watched Bombshell, and we'll talk about that. They actually had a making of featurette because I watched it. Gosh, I think I watched it on Prime for free, and um, and they had a featurette which was a making of, and I watched that, and I really liked the making of. So that was pretty cool. All right, so back to Whiplash. Let's talk about the cinematography.
I do some really cool
I
shots.
I do like some of the shots. I'm gonna use the word intimate because I think a lot of the shots were really close up of the two faces because you
Hmm.
got J.K. Simmons and you got Miles Teller, and I really like those intimate shots where he was barking at him and Miles Teller's like on the verge
What
of
the fuck is
tears
going
or
on?
in
Yeah.
such pain, and he's trying to
Hmm.
drum as fast as he can, and J.K. Simmons is just yelling at him like some drill sergeant on crack.
Right.
And um,
And there's the
I
shot
thought,
where he's practicing at home and he's all that blood. I
well,
thought those were some really cool shots.
yeah, and he's
Nothing
like, yeah, he's
fancy.
bandaged himself, and blood's just
Yeah.
continuing to pour out, and he's just going and going,
Hmm.
and he's cussing,
Hmm.
but it's silent, so you don't hear it, but you can tell he's f bombing,
Hmm.
and
I'm gonna go with an 8 on this.
okay, yeah, I'm down for that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my niece, my niece, um, Uncle David is a nerd, yes, but you all knew that coming into this game.
But nerds are cool now, man.
Nerds are
Some
cool.
really
Yeah,
cool
Big Bang
ones.
Theory. Take that.
Yeah, we talked about that
Um,
last night.
we talked about that last night. Nerds are cool now. Okay,
How many we
so
got watching?
hmm,
How many we got watching?
right now three.
Awesome.
We got three live.
Hey, you three
One
people.
on Facebook, two on YouTube.
You three
I lo-
people. On Mondays, man, we do an Instagram live now. They're fun. Come join us sometime.
yeah, it's fun, but yeah, we get like a dozen people on there, and everybody's piping in and saying stuff. I'm trying to keep track of the chat so we can answer all the
It's
questions and stuff.
yeah, it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, especially when we're like on a topic, when you, me, and Adam, and we're like
Hmm.
John about something, and then we see chats coming, and I'm like, oh crap, roll that back.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna answer that one. Um,
we
but
should nominate one person to.
so
It's
like one
like
person
a
to
nominate.
moderate the chat.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, and it's I'm And it's up to you. I know we're gonna switch it to where you're gonna host
Yeah,
starting next week
yeah,
because I don't think my internet's strong enough to handle 4 people.
yeah.
Um, so so if you host, I'll moderate the chat,
That'd be great. That'd be
and then
great.
you just do the waves to
Okay.
people when they come in, and I'll
Yeah.
moderate the
Sorry,
chat.
inside baseball here.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
left off at
So music is the type. So first thing we got to do is we talk about the music itself, and I think the
I had no
music.
interest.
Hmm?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I
Go
mean,
ahead.
I think the music is top notch.
I agree,
I,
man, and I'm not a
I
jazz fan at
I
all.
am not a jazz fan, but
Hmm.
I loved what they were doing.
I'm gonna go with 10 on this.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna 10 on the music too.
Man, it was weird. I mean, because it sucks me in. It sucked me in. I was sitting there watching it again because I revisited some of these movies. I don't remember them.
Hmm.
Because we watched so many movies. Sometimes it's hard to. Okay, was this another movie or was this movie? So I
Yeah.
revisited it, and I was like, man, this shit sucked me in. You know,
Hmm.
I liked it. And there's
Yeah.
one scene where he's it's towards the end, he's at that one concert. It's the end concert where he's just going to town, and the dude on the whatever the tall guitar thing, he's like, "What the fuck you doing, man?"
Yeah.
Just there's that shot, the
Yeah.
look of confusion. It felt real. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, I'll
Yeah.
cue you in." I love. I don't know why I like that
I'll
line.
cue
I
you
think
in.
it.
Be ready. And he was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And he's like,
Yeah.
go. And then,
Yeah.
and he starts going on the bass, and then
Mm-hmm.
you know, and at first Fletcher's like, you know, what the hell? What's going
Yeah.
on? And then he's
When he
like,
turns around, when he comes
yeah,
back out, and
yeah,
Fletcher turns around,
hmm,
that look that Fletcher gives him, I was like, oh shit,
yeah.
the looks could
Well,
kill.
and then he mouths "F you," Miles
Mm-hmm.
Teller does while he's playing the drums.
Yeah, yeah,
And you're like, oh man, I thought for sure he was gonna stab him with the drumstick. Um, but then then he's like, all right, I'm gonna get the band going because I know that song. So he gets the band in, and then that was awesome. But he was um, Miles Teller, his character, he was insane on the drums. That last
yeah.
scene, he was
Mm-hmm.
insane. He
Yeah.
lost his mind.
He just, yeah.
I've never
Oh
seen
man, I love
I've
that.
never seen anybody play the drums like that.
Yeah,
He was possessed.
yeah.
Blood dripping off his hands, and he's just
And I like that they showed that. They
yeah,
included that in that scene where, okay, it's a callback to him earlier,
yeah,
and I'm glad they kept it in continuity because it would happen. You'd have that. I liked that.
yeah. Um, okay, so the last thing for music dramas is I gotta have a good pace.
This
So
movie's quick.
I think this movie has a good
Yeah,
pace.
yeah.
And I'm gonna throw an 8 at the
I
pace.
would totally agree with you. An
I
eight.
think the pace is solid
Yeah.
because I don't if it's based on music and stuff I don't like it to drag. I don't want it to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it going, keep me interested because you're not going to be able to do it with just music. And if you spread it out to where I only get a song every 10 15 minutes or so, you
Yeah.
got to do something else. You got to keep me going.
Yeah.
Um, all right, so that's good. Let's score that. All right, not bad. Huh? That's cool. That's the exact score I gave it.
Really?
Probably not the numbers weren't all the same, but that's the exact score.
Nice.
So we felt the same about it. All right. So I've got two left, and
We
I'm
did
gonna
Jojo
say
Rabbit, right?
we did Jojo
We're
Rabbit. That was the first one we did because we both had already scored it. So that one had an 88, and that's kind of what I'm basing all this on is how close we can get to that 88. But yeah, Whiplash was good.
mm-hmm.
The thing I'm going to say about Whiplash as a final note is, and we've got 5 now live with us right now.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
So thanks guys for jumping in. So yeah, we got 4 on YouTube and 1 on Facebook. And the one thing I'm going to say about Whiplash is that I may only watch this the one time. I don't
Really?
know. I don't know if I would watch it again.
Is it because of the subject matter of
It's
how?
because of the subject matter and I think the abuse by J.K. Simmons' character in the movie.
Hmm.
That's a negative point for me. That's not something that I appreciate. Um, there's a thing where he says you can't be great. You can't be great without pain or hardship or something like
Hmm.
that. And I don't agree with that at all.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, unless somebody said, "Hey, I want to watch Whiplash, will you put it in?" Then I put it in. But I wouldn't grab this again and watch it unless somebody was like, "Hey, let's watch it." I think that would be the thing. Your other movie, Bombshell, I would watch again.
Oh, I love that movie, man. I
So
forgot how good that was.
I can't I didn't even realize how good that was.
I'm glad
Um,
you were able to watch it.
yeah, I'm glad I was too. Okay, so I've got two left. My next one, because I'm gonna save one for last. So the next one I'm gonna do is Ford v Ferrari.
Fantastic movie.
This movie, oh, man, this movie is
And I
great.
just watched it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. Um, and I remember I brought this wasn't even one of my alternates before. I was like, you know what? I've seen this movie probably 20 times
Right?
since I bought it, and because if it's ever on TV, I'll just watch it until it's over. And I've watched this 4K like half a dozen times, and then before I got the 4K, I would watch the Blu-ray. So I've probably like I said, I've probably seen this 20-25 times since it came out, and it's a 2019 movie, so it's only 3 years old.
Yeah.
Um, but
I
yeah,
have that
this is
steelbook
just.
too. You
Hmm?
have the steelbook? Or no, you just
I
have
don't have the
the Blu-ray.
Steelbook. I just have the regular 4K.
Yeah.
I would get the Steelbook. Okay,
That's nice.
so
That's what I have.
nice. All right, so let's talk about the cast.
I think I'm at a 6.
Oh man, because I
Just by name
am
alone.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Let's see.
Um, I'm at least an 8 off the top of my head.
I'm at a 6. That's the only people I knew. Was Christian Bale, um, Matt Damon, and John Berthal.
Yeah, but and I knew Josh Lucas.
Oh yeah, I'm at an 8. I forgot he was in that. Josh Lucas. Yes, he was very popular in the early 2000s. He was supposed to be the next big thing. And
Yeah,
I
he
remember
was, and
that stuff. Yep.
he just kind of flattened out. There's a movie he did with Jamie Foxx. It was called Stealth, with about the stealth fighters and all
Oh,
that.
I like that movie. It has
Yeah, I
what's her face in it too?
yeah.
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I like that
but
one.
yeah. Okay. So yeah. I think we're both at an 8 for
Yeah,
the
I
cast.
totally forgot he was in that.
Yeah, and I'm at a 10 for the acting. I thought it was
Yeah,
just
if I could give
brilliant.
it 11, I
If
would.
I could, yeah,
Yeah.
if I could give this an 11, I would.
Hmm.
So 10. Um, okay, so let's go with the plot. Let's see. Yeah. So Matt Damon and Christian Bale star in this thunderously exciting film based on the remarkable true story about Ford Motor Company's attempt to create the world's fastest car. American car designer Carroll Shelby and the fearless British-born driver Ken Miles together battle corporate interference and the laws of physics to build a revolutionary race car to take on Enzo Ferrari at the 24-hour Le Mans in France in 1966.
I'm not a racing guy,
Me neither. I am not a racing fan.
and then that's why I don't know why I love this movie.
It
If
it really was the cast that drew.
mhm.
It was Christian Bale and Matt Damon that really kind of drew me.
I'm not even gonna say that. I'm just gonna be honest. It was the trailer. I think we should incorporate the trailers.
That's not a bad thought.
um, because we don't go to video stores anymore.
No.
You know, it's to me it's all about the trailer. Trailers to get you hyped. for a movie.
Hmm.
Um, but
That's nice. Maybe we'll, maybe we ought to put that in there and do like a 1 to 10 on the trailer.
I think that'd be a great idea.
I think that's a great idea. Let's talk about that after the show. I
Yeah,
I
sorry,
like that.
sorry.
I like that, Rich. I think that's a
Just
good
on the
idea.
box alone,
Just on the box alone, I think I'm at a 7.
yeah, 7.
Yeah. But yeah, oh man, when I saw the trailer, and it was the trailer when he took Henry Ford out on the airfield, and he's like, wow, and the dude's just crying. And then I was like, dude, I want to see
Yeah,
this movie. Yeah, no, that was it for me. Um, the ending,
it's sad.
it is.
Um,
It's sad.
but I
It's
like the ending,
I
and I like Christian Bale's reaction to the end of the race.
yeah.
He wasn't pissed. Um,
Yeah, because Carol Shelby did what he promised. He was
mhm.
like, okay, it happened the way you said, and I can't do anything about these corporate assholes, and that they got me out of it. But yeah, he was like, okay, I. But he got his perfect lap. He got to
Mhm.
run Le Mans, that's what Shelby promised him. So yeah, I like how he just kind of was like, I'm okay with that.
I'm at a 10. I'm sorry, but if I have to have a
Yeah,
10 on this.
yeah. But then and then you fast forward a little bit. He's training for the next one, and then he
Hmm.
gets in the accident, and not to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but
Yeah.
the
And I
the
wasn't
car
familiar with the
explodes.
story,
Yeah,
so I had no clue that was coming. I was like, "What? What just happened?" You know,
yeah,
this is a 10, hands down for me.
yeah. I mean, I knew about the time where Ford beat Ferrari in Le Mans. I'd never seen it because it happened before I was born. Um, but yeah, I didn't really know the story. I didn't know the history of it.
I
Um,
remember I read the trades like Deadline and Variety, Hollywood Report. I always read the like movie news. I'm a sucker for that. I don't know why. It's because I
hmm
love the movie business. But
hmm
I remember seeing uh, whoever greenlit the movie Ford versus Ferrari, and that was all I read. Didn't read
hmm
the whole article. Who the fuck is gonna watch Ford versus Ferrari? But in me not knowing the story of Ford versus Ferrari, I was like, this sounds stupid. 2 years later, I love the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, let's talk about the story.
I loved it.
I think the story is amazing.
Yeah,
I got to throw a 10 at that.
I
I'm
agree with you. 10, 10, my
um,
friend.
10, my friend.
Yeah.
Now we go to interest in the subject matter, and this is where it kind of drops a little bit
Dips.
for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I am not a NASCAR fan. I absolutely hate NASCAR.
I hate racing,
Um,
period.
the 24-hour Le Mans is interesting to me. Um, and there's my son. It is a fantastic story.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm more interested than the Le Mans than I am like NASCAR or Formula One or anything like that because um, they go for 24 hours and how they're able
Yeah.
to endure that kind of driving. I can barely drive an hour without almost falling asleep at the wheel. So, um, oh my God, they're making another lifter. What's gonna happen next? He's talking about NASCAR. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna give my interest in this a 7 because I did like the whole Le Mans thing better than any other racing. But
Yeah.
still,
I'll be with the 7. Okay. Yeah.
um, for script, I gotta throw a 10 at the script.
I'm 100% okay with the 10.
I I was floored, and for
Mm-hmm.
cinematography, I'm gonna put another
I'm at
10 on
10.
that
Yeah.
because like I was like I do not like racing movies, but they made this interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that they filmed it, the way they did the stuff with the brakes when they started getting hot
Yep.
and it was red, I
I
loved all
love
that.
that.
Was
Yeah.
so great. It was amazing. I am totally on board. Now I would call this a sports movie, but it's based on a true story. So I have it listed as a drama based on a true story as the type. So we talk about the history of the whole thing, and there's a lot of this that I didn't know.
Me neither.
Um,
And most of my knowledge comes from movies, so
yeah. So I after I watched this movie, I went I went online and read about the whole true story, and this was pretty solid, like pretty true to the story. So I'm definitely going to throw an 8 at that. I think it
yeah,
was
I would.
I think it was
I'm gonna give
solid.
it an 8.
My grandson's watching as well. Hi Desmond.
Gotta start
He
him
just
young.
he he just turned 6 months old today.
Start him really young.
Yeah, starting really young. You know, as soon as he's able to, you know, be a little bit more, get a little bit more of his personality coming out. Probably a couple more months. We're gonna do movie reviews together. When I when I babysit him, we're gonna do movie reviews with Desmond. So we're gonna watch a movie and then see by his faces and stuff whether he likes the movie or anything. It's gonna be funny. Um, and then
What are we watching, Grandpa?
what are we watching, Grandpa? Yeah, that might be the title.
That'd be a good title.
Um, yeah. By the way, I like the last one with Clueless.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the last one with your daughter.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, Dale, watch it.
Dell. I would definitely recommend
Hmm.
you watching that. That
Hmm.
I think you'll enjoy it. Even if you're
Yeah,
not a racing fan, I think you'll enjoy it.
yeah.
Um, okay, so the last thing, if it's based on a true story, again, I want a good pace. I want you to keep me interested. He's trying to grab me. Desmond, hey, that's Grandpa. Um, so I like the pace of the film.
I do
For
too.
it's a pretty
It's a
long
long
film.
one, yeah, but it
It's a
seems
long
quick.
film, but I did not feel it.
I don't get bored.
No. Yeah, 152 minutes. So it's 2.5 hours solid. Um,
I'm at a 9.
I think I'm at a 9. Yeah, I think I'm at a 9 for the pace. I was like,
Yeah,
it's better than an 8, but I wouldn't give it a 10.
Dell, that's your homework this week. Watch Ford versus Ferrari.
Yep. And yours, Rich, is The Wrestler.
Yeah, it's my homework. I gotta watch the
Yeah.
wrestler.
Well, watch the fantasy movies first,
Then the
so
wrestler.
that we're ready for next week, and then watch The Wrestler.
Some people might think wrestling's fantasy.
Could be.
Yeah. I just started Kevin Nash's Click This podcast.
Man, I thought that would be higher, but it's not.
Really?
It's close, but I thought we would
Challenge
be
accepted. Dale
nice.
said.
Thanks, Dell. Dell's on
And next
board.
week, come back and tell us what you thought.
Yep. Or jump on our Monday
Oh
thing
yeah,
and let us
definitely
know.
come on Monday, man. Join us on Monday.
Join us on Monday on Instagram.
Ford vs Ferrari was 2019, right?
Yes.
Man, see, that's another one.
See, that's
2019. That's an
2000
amazing
was a
year.
really good year
It
for
was.
movies because 2020 sucked.
Well, yeah,
But
it does because of COVID, but
COVID, yeah, it's. Don't look
I
at me.
mean, I don't think it would have sucked as much if they didn't delay things. But
Because
2019 was
I
so
think
good.
I think I think Top Gun Maverick was going to come out in 2020,
Hmm.
and they delayed
But
it. And
didn't Endgame come out in 2019?
yes,
And to me, that's so far down on the list of movies that were great in 2019. I
yeah,
mean, I don't even think that makes my top 5. Maybe even not even my top 10
it would.
great
It
movies in 2010
Endgame would
or
make my top
2019.
5. Endgame
I
would
don't
make
think
my
it would.
top 5, but um, and by score, it would definitely make my top 5. But as far as my favorite, I think Ford v Ferrari is probably my favorite of 2019. Um,
I think my favorite, it was Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo, but
Peanut
yeah,
Butter Falcon, Book
Jojo
Smart.
Rabbit's in my top 10 for sure.
and then Ford versus
for that.
Ferrari, and then 1917. I think
1917
those are
was
my
good.
five. They're my top five.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so good.
I gotta put Joker in my top 5 for
Oh yeah, see
2019.
Joker. I like that more than I did
Joker was
Movie.
so good.
Yeah, I forgot that was 2019.
That was 2019.
See, the All Moves would not make my top five of 19.
2000, yeah. Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, and 1917 wouldn't make my top 5.
Oh man, I love that movie.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was
When did
brilliantly
Dunkirk
shot.
come out?
Dunkirk was 2017.
Okay.
And
Joker
I
was
like
amazing.
Dunkirk. I would prefer Dunkirk to 1917, but they were both really good.
Yeah, they were.
All right, your last one. Let's go Bombshell.
A Bombshell. I love this movie, man. This movie's fantastic.
And I
Cast.
gotta say,
I'm at,
I would have never watched this movie if you hadn't have popped it up in your
I'm
top.
glad you watched it.
I would have never seen it, and I gotta tell you, it was brilliant. I it's gonna suffer with subject matter because I don't like the subject matter, but man, is it good.
Yeah, it is.
Is really good.
I am.
Okay, so cast is a 10. I don't see just anybody that you don't know. How many people do you know in the movie?
I I know. I'm at it. Oh, that's 10 because that's five. Yeah, I knew
Yeah,
five. Sorry, that's 10. I do.
because I mean,
Math
yeah,
wasn't perfect.
I'm like Charlize Theron, Nicole Kidman, Margot Robbie, John Lithgow, Allison Janney, Malcolm
Mm-hmm.
McDowell, Connie Britton, Kate McKinnon, yada
Mm-hmm.
yada, Mark Duplass.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm like, and were there were cameos of other women that I think are also strong actresses that really didn't have any part. You just see them like say one line and they walk off screen and you
Mm-hmm.
never see them again. There's a couple of women in that movie where I was like, "Oh my god, she's brilliant," but I only saw her once in the movie.
Right.
Um,
I think the cast is strong.
I think
Fantastic.
the cast in this is probably my favorite out of all the movies.
I would have to agree with
A
that.
few good men, probably the only exception.
Yeah,
I think
I
the
100% agree with that.
yeah. Okay, acting, and I think we're at a
10.
10 again.
Yeah, 10.
Okay, plot. Do you want to read the box or
Yeah.
because I don't have it?
Let me think of a magnifying glass on the phone. I'm old. I'm gonna take the
Right.
glare.
That's what
Get out.
I've got this thing.
Okay, hold on.
So here, hold the box up to the TV to the screen, and I'll see if I
Oh,
can
okay.
read it.
It says it's talking about the actresses. It says the actresses deliver tour de force performance in this provocative real story of three whip smart, ambitious, strong women who achieved one of America's most powerful news networks and risked everything to stand up to the man who made them famous. I,
Okay, by that I don't
yeah, I don't care.
I don't care. I'm gonna put a
Yeah,
5 on that. I don't care.
yeah. Fine. See, this is where I think the trailer would help. You know what I mean?
Would help the overall score. I
Yeah.
agree with that. And I
I'm
think
gonna go
yeah,
with five as
I
well,
think
just
we
because.
definitely throw that in there, but we're gonna have to see because I don't want to have I still want to keep it at 10
Yeah,
10 aspects for the score. But I don't know. Maybe we do like bonus points for the trailer, or we take out one of the other aspects, and we'll talk about it after the show,
yeah.
and we'll see.
I
So
I'm agree with five.
my son gives the plot a 6.
I'm gonna go five for
Yeah,
me.
and I'm at a 5 too.
Yeah,
Um, the ending, and this is another one of those where it ended with the words and no picture
yeah.
about
Right.
you know, and the last thing that it said was the one that I was like, oh you bastards, because they
Mm-hmm.
said. Fox News paid $50 million to all the women that sued for sexual harassment. The two people that were released which were John Lithgow's character and
and
Bill
Bill
O'Reilly,
O'Reilly.
they got 65 million in severance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, you bastard.
Mm-hmm.
So they got more money because when
Fucking with
they got
people.
fired. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's oh man, I was um. So okay, so what did you think of the ending? So I was pissed off at the ending.
That's what you wanted.
But that's what you wanted.
Yes, that's what they went for. For
I
me, it's a
was
10. Okay,
I'm
I'm gonna
not at a
be
10.
honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 8, but but that
I
averages out to a 9.
I am conservative. I'm just gonna say that. I know some people don't like that, but I'm just gonna say it. So I followed this story.
Hmm.
Okay, and I think they did a fantastic job. I think Charlize Theron, however you say her last name, became Megan Kelly.
Yeah.
I didn't see Charlize Theron on the screen.
Hmm.
I saw Megan Kelly. I heard Megan Kelly um,
Yeah.
come through.
I couldn't tell. I don't because I'm way on the other side of the coin. I am not a concern. I did not care about this. The
Yeah,
whole Fox
I
News and the
really
scandal. I was like, I don't care about Trump. I don't care about any of that. I don't care about politics. I'm not a fan of that. So like I said, I would not have touched this movie with a 10-foot pole if you hadn't have
I'm
said that
glad you
this was Junior
did.
5. I'm glad I did too. I
I'm
really
really
enjoyed
glad.
it, and I will have this in my collection. I will get it.
Good.
I will absolutely buy this movie. Um, might be after I get the 4K of Few Good Men, but
This is
I
not a rush to go out and buy because this is the second time I've watched it since I watched it digitally first because I bought it digitally and then I then then I bought the Blu-ray. Yeah, and then I watched the Blu-ray twice now.
yeah
But yeah,
yeah
it's
no
I
I'd get
really
the
did.
Blu-ray. I would get this on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
Um,
and the slipcover
okay.
is nice.
Hmm.
What is politics?
Okay, but yeah, this is the way this looked to me was the way Jojo Rabbit looked to me. I was like I wouldn't have touched it. Um, but yeah, no, I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, so the story.
This I'm at a 10, man.
Okay,
Good for me because I was invested into these real life people. Um, so yeah, it's a 10 for me, man.
nice. What did I get? I want to make sure that I got that right. There it is. Yeah, yeah, that's right. I gave the story a 9. 'Cause I thought it was like, okay, you brought me around with this story, with the way this played out. You brought me around. You got me interested. You kept me interested through the whole movie, even though it was something I didn't like. And so yeah, I was totally in. Now we get to interest in the subject matter. This is where it's going to falter for me a little bit, um, because I can't even give it a 5 because not
Right.
I am so not a fan of this subject matter. I'm not. I can't. So I got to go 4. I'm gonna go 4 on it.
This is
And you were
where
following this, so
I'm at
this
a
is
10.
good.
I'm at
Yeah,
a 10 for
and
me.
that's totally fine. But I'm so glad you got me to watch this. So that puts
I'm
us at
glad you did,
at
man.
a 7 average, I think, or 6.5. So wait, so I'm at 4,
You're the
14,
math guy.
7. So 7, yeah. I was like, wait, add it together, divide it by 2. Okay, so um, the script and yeah, I think the script is money.
I do too.
it was really good. I mean, yeah, I'm at a
Can
10
I
for the
say 10
script.
again?
Yeah, you can say 10 again because I say 10. Cinematography.
This isn't a flashy movie. Um,
No,
I liked how Megan Kelly talked to the broke the was it the fourth wall and
she
she
broke the
talked.
fourth. Yeah, she broke the
Yeah,
fourth wall. She was like looking. I like her little narration bits and
Yeah,
how she kind of talked. Yeah, I enjoyed that. And then
I did too.
I also enjoyed some of the wide shots of the newsroom. And this is where
Yes.
I was catching other actresses in the background,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they were talking to all these different people about, were you sexually harassed or how do you feel about this? And most of them were, playing the company pony and saying, "Oh no, it's a great place to work. Oh no, we don't have to wear skirts all the time, but they do,
Yeah.
and we don't have to show our legs, and but they do, but they still, they're
Yeah.
trying to walk around with the, you know, Team Bishop, Team Jacob or whatever it was shirts
Yeah.
on that were saying that
Yeah.
they were sticking up for the guy that was being sued,
Yeah.
um, knowing perfectly well that he was a Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
Uh,
I love that. Just Whedon.
um,
I'm gonna go with 7 for cinematography.
yeah, I actually went 8. I went a little bit higher
Oh, did
for
you?
the cinematography. I
I was
enjoyed some of the shots, so 7.5 is where we're gonna go, and then it's based on a true story. So we talk about the history of it and its
Mhm.
accuracy. And again, I went and read up on it after because I didn't follow the news. I didn't follow this whole thing when it happened. But after I watched the movie, I went and looked it all up.
Mhm.
And and there's a lot of good basis in fact here.
Yeah.
So very very solid. I gave this an 8 for
I'm
its
gonna go with
relevance
9.
to history. You're going to go 9? Okay.
Mhm.
Nice. And then pace of the film.
It's a quick movie. It doesn't linger. I don't think for me. Um, I think
I,
it gets where it goes pretty quick.
Okay. I had a couple groaner moments for me where I was
Oh,
just
really?
like, okay,
What
yeah,
happened?
hurry it up, get to the courtroom, get to the trial, get to you know,
Right.
because there were a couple points where I was like, okay, I don't care about this stuff. Get to something else. Like, the whole thing in the beginning with Trump, bad mouthing Megyn Kelly and doing all that
Hmm.
I didn't care about any of that. Get
See, I
get
like
to the
how.
scandal, but I liked how Charlize Theron played it. I liked how
Hmm.
who she was. And there was one speech that she made, um, where, and this goes actually to the acting, what I liked about the acting, but
Oh,
um,
acting's fantastic, man.
when yeah, the acting's fantastic. If I'd give the acting a 12 if I could for this. It
Hmm.
was really good. But there's one speech to Charlize Theron, and this is where I turned and I went, okay, I like this movie. And it was when the scandal was first happening, and Megyn Kelly was trying to decide whether she was going to jump on board with this or not. And she's sitting there with her assistants in that room, and she has that
Hmm.
speech where she talks about what's going to happen. And
She's a smart woman.
I absolutely love that. And
I do too.
she has a brilliant quote in there, which I can't remember verbatim, but she has a brilliant quote in there where you're just like, oh man, I didn't even think of it like that. And she's already thought 7 moves ahead. She knows exactly what's going to
Hmm.
happen. If I do this, it's checkmate on me if it doesn't go out, if it doesn't work right, or it's checkmate on him. One of us is going to go. If I don't do anything, then nothing happens, and we all go back to what we're doing. But yeah, it wasn't going to be enough for just Nicole Kidman's character to sue.
Yeah.
Somebody else big was going to have to be involved, and
Yeah.
that linchpin was going to be Megyn Kelly.
Yeah.
And that's where I was really into the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm a little low on the pace. I got to admit, I went with a 6 on the
I'm
pace.
gonna go with 9.
Okay, so that puts us 7.5. Good score. That's a good score. All right, I've got one more movie left, and then we'll see where these rank up. So
I'm interested to see.
my last movie we're gonna do is The Shawshank Redemption.
Surprised you didn't get that 4K steelbook.
I would have, but I like this steelbook. It's really
I
nice.
do too.
Um,
It's got a nice matte finish.
yeah, It's really nice. But yeah, I'm an absolute. I love this movie. Um, This is one of those ones where I'm like, as I talked to you. Um, Actually, no, I talked to Adam about it, but I talked to you as well, where I talked about these movies that are just about perfect, where they give you a little bit of everything. And I was talking to Adam about that with Princess Bride. It's one of those movies where I get a little bit of every genre in it. So there's enough to appeal to everybody. I really love Princess Bride. This kind of falls into that as well. Shawshank Redemption is one I think is one of the most perfect films that I've ever seen. Um, doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to give it tens across the board, but um, it's going to be interesting. So let's talk about cast. And oh man, cast in here is so good.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna double check and see if I'm gonna give it a 10. I think I
Yeah, me
gave it a
too.
10
I just
because I
watched
know
this earlier this
you
year.
because you got Tim Robbins, Morgan Freeman, Clancy Brown, um, William
I,
Sadler.
I recognize one
Uh,
by name. I'm just going by name.
Okay, yeah. So I'm at,
I'm at a
I'm at an 8. I'm at an 8 for
I'm
the
at a
cast.
6.
Okay.
I'm at a 6.
So 7. I'm at a 10 for the acting. I think this is brilliantly done across
Okay,
the
here's
board.
I agree,
Yeah.
but everybody raves about Morgan Freeman's performance, but I think the all
Uh,
star of this is
It's
Tim
Tim
Robbins.
Robbins. Yeah, Tim Robbins is my I
Oh, he's
think
so good.
he kills it. I mean, Morgan Freeman he's the guy from the gifted class that you expect to get an A all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I want him to he's going to get an A and I just take it for granted that he's going to get an A. So yeah,
Hmm.
he was good, but I thought
Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins nailed it. Tim Robbins is more like the B student that came in and aced the final. Is
Yeah.
is what I got
Hmm.
from him.
This one movie of Tim Robbins I really love, but I can't remember what it's called. I
Top
think he
Gun.
plays a what? No,
Top Gun.
no, no.
No, that's the first one. I saw him in Top Gun. He was worthless in Top Gun.
Yeah, I
Excuse
think
me,
it's
something I should know about. No. Jacob's Ladder is the first one that comes to mind. That's like one of my
I'm
favorites of
not a
his.
fan of that movie.
Oh man, that movie is such a mind
It
blown.
is.
I almost said the F word. It's a mind F. Woo, it's
So,
crazy.
so I'm gonna look him up. I'm trying to.
Okay, so we're both at a 10 for the acting though
Yes.
on this. Hmm. All right.
I'm trying. I can't find it.
Are you
I
looking
liked him
at
in Mission to Mars. Arlington Road. That's what it was. Loved him in
Arlington Road?
Arlington
Yeah,
Road.
that was good.
Yeah.
That was good. I agree with that.
I agree, Del. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Dell says the entire cast nails it in
Yeah.
Shawshank. Yeah, absolutely. This is one. Yeah, I'd give the acting a 12 on this if I could too. Um, so let's see. Morgan Freeman plays Red, a lifer who knows how to cope with the hopelessness of Shawshank State Prison. Tim Robbins plays new inmate Andy, a quiet banker wrongly convicted of murder, and whose indomitable will earns Red's respect and friendship. Andy's resourcefulness brings hope and change to the entire prison. He's full of surprises, and the best comes last, leading to one of the most satisfying finales in movie history.
I'll probably give that a 7.
Okay. I I think I'm gonna go 9 because I'm like, yeah, I'm totally down for that. I like prison movies, especially when they're escaping and stuff, like Escape
Right.
from Alcatraz and things like that. So I really like that. Okay, so we average out to an 8. Um, and you know, I do agree. It's one of the best endings
Yeah.
ever. This is one where the destination really is just as good, if not
It
better,
pays
than the
off.
journey. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good. So I'm at a 10 for the ending.
I'll go with 10.
All right, what do you think of the story?
Oh, I love it. I love the dynamic between Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins. I love it. It's mm,
Hmm.
I'm gonna. This is gonna be a 10.
Yeah, it's a 10
Yeah,
for me too.
yeah.
Okay, interest
You
in the
feel
subject
for the
matter.
bad guy.
Yeah, I feel for
You really
both of
do.
them. They're
Yeah,
in different ways.
yeah.
Because yeah, you got Tim Robbins was wrongly convicted, but then Morgan Freeman, he did it, but he's the one that's like, I'm in here forever, and that's just the way it's gonna be. And um, yeah, I've never rooted for someone more in a movie than Tim Robbins'
Hmm.
character. Um,
Yeah.
okay, so interest in the subject matter.
My dad was a correctional officer, so
Okay,
I'm interested. I'm gonna go an 8.
yeah, I'm at an 8 for that. And the script, I think the script is beautiful. I think it's got to be a
I'm
10
a
for
10.
me. Yeah.
Yeah,
And cinematography.
I loved it.
I got to go another 10. I can't
Hmm. I
I
agree.
can't yeah,
10.
I'm like, how can I can't not give that a 10. So as a prison movie, um what do you think of how they portrayed the prison, the inmates?
I think
What was
it's
going on? I think it's really good.
I do
You got a
too.
10?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
Okay. I
watching this with my dad, and he
yeah,
he thought it
I
was awesome
I
done.
should give it a 10, but I'm going to give it a 9. I
Yeah,
should
my
give it a
dad.
10, but I'm going to give it a 9.
I think my dad worked at the Iowa State Penitentiary here. I want to say 30 years, 25, 30 years, something like that. Retired.
Yeah, I've never stepped foot in a prison.
Well, I mean, either I did a tour, but
Yeah,
I
and
couldn't get in a prison.
well, aside from Alcatraz, I did the Alcatraz tour a couple times, but all prisons are haunted. I can't deal prisons, hospitals, and antique stores. I can't get it. I can't go into any one of
Yeah.
those. Okay, with the prison movie, I want intensity like a good thriller. So how
Hmm.
intense was this movie?
I was pretty intense.
I'm not
Pretty
going to give
well.
that a 10, but I
I'll
think
give
it
it a
was.
9.
Yeah, I think I'm at a 9. Ooh, I think this might get our highest score.
I think so too.
Yep, nice. Yeah, I was almost sure that that was going to be our highest score. Okay. Um. So yeah, I think I got the lowest.
And it looks great on 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was gonna get the Steelbook, but I was with my future son-in-law. We were at Best
Mm.
Buy. He was a movie collector too, which I love. And see, they tease my daughter that she's marrying her father, and he's a movie collector, collects Funko Pops.
That does
So,
sound familiar.
there was one Steelbook left, and there's plenty of slip covers. So I was like, "You grab the Steelbook, I'll grab the sacrifices had to be made."
Hmm.
Um, so I took the slip, and I like the slip on it. Did you see those new Walmart slip covers for DVDs? They put out
Yeah.
the glow in the dark.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I did.
It's like, damn, Walmart does a good job on those. Um,
Yeah, I just had to get to the point where I'm not going to buy those. I'm just not going
right?
to do it. As much as I
There's no
want
booth
them.
will have them all.
Yeah.
Keep my phone keeps going off. Halloween ends trailer reaction. Halloween trailer reaction. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
4, 7. Okay. So 3, 8. We had no ties this time.
Oh, that's good.
Hmm, nice.
I'm glad you liked Bombshell. What was your score for Peanut Butter Falcon?
Um, 77, I think it
That's not
was.
bad.
No, I
That's not
liked
bad.
it. I really liked the end of it.
Uh huh.
I think like the second half of the movie I really liked. I got a little bored with the beginning. But I got to tell you, I went back and I watched the making of and how and the reasons why they wrote this script specifically for Zach. Because they, you know, I love that story behind it. So I really liked it after I watched the making of.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know if you know the story.
No, I don't. I haven't. Spill.
Okay, so the writers of the script they met Zach at a camp, and Zach told them that he wanted to be a movie star. And the writers went, well, they don't have movie stars like you. I'm sorry to say, because because of your disability. And he goes, and Zach goes, well, why don't you make one for somebody like me? And they went, okay. So they wrote the script specifically for Zach.
That's cool. And
And
I guess
and
you can
then
see it because
yeah,
he does
so when you
so
watch,
good.
he does such a good job, and you can, the thing that got me was the chemistry between Shia LaBeouf and Zach. And they
Yes.
continued on because they gave the script to people to see who else wanted to be in it. And Shia LaBeouf jumped in and said, I want to be in this movie because
Yeah.
I like this kid. I love this story. And Dakota
Hmm.
Johnson was the same way. So they jumped in. Um,
Yeah.
and they jumped in with both feet and they were totally in for the movie. So I really loved how that came together. I think that's my favorite part was the making of featurette. Um,
I
what
just
I
love
what
that
I
movie.
did not like the chemistry between Shia LaBeouf and Dakota Johnson.
Oh, you didn't?
I did not. I did not see that. That did not work for me. But but his relationship with Zach was amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
So and the whole thing at the end with Mick Foley and Jake the Snake and they did the wrestling and he came out in the cardboard. I was digging
Oh, I
that.
love
I,
that.
I was
I love
so on
that.
board with that. But yeah, if I rated it just on the second half of the movie, I'd give it a 90. But that first half of the movie is a little slow when they're
Hmm. I
just
can see
first
where
getting
you're
to know
coming
each
from
other
there.
and they're trying to run and I felt like I wanted to take a shower because everybody was sweating and they were in the bayou and I felt
Yeah.
dirty. Um, and I wasn't interested. But once Zach and Shia LaBeouf's character, once they melded and once they got together and they were starting to, they really got their friendship going.
Hmm.
That's when I started liking the movie. And then when it came through to the end and he got his dream, even though was it the saltwater redneck
So yeah.
what wasn't doing the school anymore. He'd stopped the school for so long, but he saw what was going
Yeah.
on, and he put on the face paint, and he came out, and he got everybody doing went to the backyard wrestling, and okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna do this, and he got them involved, and I thought that was really cool. They were like brought him
Hmm.
in, had him do it, and
Yeah.
you know, but I actually thought Shia LaBeouf died in that movie.
Really?
His
I thought
I
it was
thought
good
his
too the first time I seen it.
I thought his character died. The way Dakota Johnson's character reacted in the hospital, I thought he was dead.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then when he actually was awake in the back seat at the end, I was a little pissed off. I was like, "Oh man, you're supposed to be dead."
See, I like
Um,
that.
but yeah, no,
I,
it was cool. Like I said, the second half of the movie was great. I absolutely liked it. I was not a fan of the first half, but good movie. I'm glad you put me onto that. I'm glad I bought it.
I'm glad you did too. I mean, I'm glad you. I mean, you liked it. You didn't love it like I
I
did,
didn't
but
love it, but I liked it. That's why when you were talking about it, I was like, oh, I'd really like you to put Jojo Rabbit in instead of Peanut Butter Falcon
you did.
as one of your five. I was like,
Hmm.
or Jojo Rabbit, maybe. um, because I know I would give Jojo Rabbit a higher score.
Right.
All right, so let's let's talk our ranks. So um, coming in at number 10 is mine. The worst movie on our list is Peaceful Warrior. It gets a 74.
Still a good movie.
Still
It's
a good
not.
movie.
Yeah.
Um, at number 9, Finding Neverland with a
Hmm.
78. At number 8 is Whip It with an 80. At number 7 is Whiplash with an 82. Number 6 is Bombshell with an 84. Number 5 is A Few Good Men with 86. Number 4 is Jojo Rabbit with an 88. Number 3 is Ford v Ferrari with an 89.
Nice.
Number 2 is The Martian at 90.
That's another good one.
And the number 1 movie, as we expected, Shawshank Redemption with a 92.
Damn. That's a good score.
That's a
Yeah.
really good score.
Yeah.
So points wise, so you won for comedies last week. I'm gonna win for
Hmm.
dramas. It's 30 points to 25 because I had the top three
Yeah. You
dramas.
did good though. Oh, I mean, the movies
Oh,
that you picked, I'm glad I watched them. You know, I would have never went. They were outside my box because I'm not a Johnny Depp fan. I would have never watched Peaceful Warrior. So I'm glad you put this on there so I can
yeah,
watch
I'm
them.
glad you got a chance to watch them, and I'm glad I got a chance to watch Whiplash and Bombshell. I I don't know if I'd have watched, even though I own Whiplash. I don't know if I'd have watched it,
Yeah,
but I'm glad I did. I enjoyed it, and yeah, Bombshell. I'm gonna look for. I'm gonna get it.
I think I've seen it as low as $5.99. I think
Yeah.
on Amazon.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna look for that and try to grab it, and I'm gonna look for that 4K of A Few Good Men 'cause I think I'm gonna
Yeah,
get that too. All right, good show. I
yeah, it
really
was
enjoyed
fun.
that. That was
Yeah,
good. I like the scores. The scores turned out better than I thought they would.
me too.
Um, but we can we can tell the ones that you liked better than I did, and the ones I like better than you did.
Hmm.
The scores kind of reflected that. There was a lot of half points and stuff, especially with Peaceful Warrior. We had a lot of half points because
Oh, did we?
we weren't the same. Um, but that was awesome. So next week for Top 10 Tuesday, we're going to do fantasy movies, and
Yeah,
that's going to be a lot of
I'm
fun.
looking
So
forward to it.
that covers comic books, that covers anything that's fiction, in stories and stuff like that. Um, like medieval times, dragons, magic, any of that stuff. So we've already got kind of our five together. We
Hmm.
just got to see what we need to watch from each other's list
Yeah.
and hopefully get that straight for next week. But coming up this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time or 1:30 your time, Central, 1:30 p.m. 2:30 Eastern is an episode of High Five with Vengeance Media. He's in the UK, so it's 7:30 p.m. over there for him. So I wanted to go by his time schedule, do something a little early for him. Um, and he's got some movies picked out. We're gonna. He's all '80s, man. It's all '80s. He loves that '80s cheese. So we're gonna do a lot, and it's '80s movies that I haven't done yet. And it's funny because we've had Ghostbusters and we've had a few other movies that were '80s. Alien. Well, no, Alien was '79. But anyway, we got a few '80s movies already. But he gave me a list. I was like, okay, let's do that. So that's going to be a
Nice.
lot of fun. I can't wait to talk movies with Vengeance Media, and we're going to do that. Um, and then yeah, next Tuesday we'll do fantasy movies, and
And
then
Monday.
I Monday we have our Instagram live stream. I don't know what our topic's going to be though.
Yeah, we got to figure that out.
We got to figure that out. So we'll
Yeah.
put a little blip on Instagram
Yeah.
when we have our topics. But I think we pick a type of movie that we want to talk about, and then
Yeah.
after that let the chips fall where we may. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking courtroom dramas after talking about A Few Good Men.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of thinking maybe we talk about courtroom drama movies
Yeah.
and
That's a good one.
see what that works. But maybe we come up with a different topic. Disaster movies was fun.
That was. I liked
It,
everybody's
it was
response.
fun yesterday. That was
Yeah.
a good time. Um, all right. Before
That's
we
it, man.
sign off, go ahead and plug your Instagram because I want you guys. If you're not following him by now, you need to follow him.
It's
Turner Fan
Turner Fan
77.
77 at Instagram and Turner Fan 77 on YouTube. I just do movies with my daughter on Instagram. I do movies that I buy, movies that I most of the movies what I watch, and a little bit of baseball, a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of comic books, but mostly just movies because I love movies. But that's it, man. Everybody, thanks for watching.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. Yeah, tune in on Saturday. Next Monday on Instagram Live. Next Tuesday for our fantasy top 10. Until then, this is the 4K Lowdown
See you
and
guys.
Turner Fan 77 signing off.
Take
Take
care.
care, everybody.